Сойдет, сойдет. Уже лучше, чем было, ёпт. Уже все лучше, чем было. Только надо будет чат подключить. Ой, бля, это бегание туда-сюда с Твича. Твич не работает. Твич не работает из-за того, что его жмут. Почему у меня... Ладно, неважно, я понял. Сейчас надо будет опять вбивать, да? Я просто не помню, я, может, удалил. Подключи, настройки. Может, я не убирал его? Но я не помню по базе. Подключение. Частично стабильно. Частично! В плане частично, блядь. Давай попробуем тест. Частично хуйня. О. Да, я забыл, что у него такая долгая задержка. О мой бог. Я все забыл, что здесь надо. Я все забыл. Ё-моё, мама звонит. О, щибай. Я не помню даже. Ладно, плевать. Стрим идет, ну хотя бы что-то, потому что я уже 4 дня не мог на Твиче запустить, или 3. Ладно, так сойдет. И так сойдет. Сейчас. Valorant. Сети. Имей. Има. Так, мы не смотрим. Ну, АПК не команда, но все равно, если они проиграют им, то я расстроюсь.
Its history, the only loss they've registered on it so far was against the double duelist Eurojet, which Heretics played. Straight towards mid, and it's Apex.
Я не то нажал и ничего не увидел. Подожди.
In terms of the composition that they bring out on Ascent, though, and when you look at Liquid's history, the only loss they've registered on it so far was against the double duelist Eurojet, which Heretics played. Straight towards mid, and it's Apex who start things off flying. It's Batu to pick up the first. Patty gone. And those flashes as well.
Опа, опа! Нац почувствовал кал. И убежал. Найс.
Yeah, that's a really big loss in the paranoia, considering you don't have a lot of utility. Kiko, though, goes searching and can't quite find what he's looking for. Apex need to be careful in terms of the health count on all players. And the question here is, do Apex think that they're walking into a site without Cypher utility after Nat's showing face on the other side of the map? That's the question. Was Apex collect top 5 outside of B?
Пати убили. Тити убили.
Isn't too close to the wall, so they might not hear it buzzing beyond. The utility now being shown, and back to doing a short TP on towards site. The players now trying to find Trex as the first one caught is Penny. All info dart to try and help, and now the players know exactly where the remaining Sova is, and still all 5 alive for the attack. But a lot of time in the process though. Liquid queuing up for this retake now. Not really getting much here, Camel, but it's the health that's probably the biggest advantage to Team Liquid here, and the fact that they have 3 sheriffs.
And 3 targets within striking distance of just 1 bullet to the chest. Liquid may even look to try and wipe some off the board here.
It's all about how Apex play off of one another.
Опа! Ой-ой-ой! Начался пиздец. Опа, и кейка. Найс, Нац убивает.
Team Liquid with the pistol. They wash Apex away. The cleanup crew arrives and it's instant. The retake. Really strong fundamentals, and that's something you have to be testing here, with it being another revision of this Apex lineup from year to year, the challenges that they've had.
Опа. Кейка. Молодец.
Signed on to Liquid for 24, and in 25,
and not only just this region, I go as far to say he's probably the most informed player in the world at the moment. The way that he's been able to switch roles, and every single time he doesn't look out of place.
The purple patch on his stats sheet would certainly suggest it to be the case. If there's any player that can torment Team Liquid the opposite way, I think it has to be Batu. We've got to be looking at this Yoru. Like Billy said, that debut on Pearl, it was an absolute masterclass, but it feels like we've been waiting so long to see it. In this round, they are being diligent. It's another orb picked up. Starting to move closer to that dimensional drift. Now onto the A site. The spike is still sat on Molesy though, and he is quite a way away.
Yeah, he's taking his time. I thought for a minute Apex might try and do a 4-player fake towards A, the old classic, and get the spike onto the side.
It's like, yeah, you rush B, I go A. The piss around strat.
Nah, it's a classic. But
it is all classics here.
Опа, но Патя не заметил это. Можете сыграть плохую шутку.
Everyone on Apex is going to be heading in towards B, and you look towards Patty and the Spectre in hand, you're expecting this to be a mowdown.
Sure, it's a 5 versus 2 though. And Trek's playing from spawn. Let's see how
Опа, пизда. О, Никитос. Никитос начал играть. Наконец-то. Расперделся. Господи, как он. Никитос, наконец-то. Наконец-то он вернулся.
On an eco round, getting rid of 2 of those buys, but remember you've got to be thinking of the upgrades that are like of the remaining weapons on the floor.
Yeah, the individuals on Liquid, it's definitely something to think about, and one of them, of course, Kiko. We already highlighted it a little bit. If his career were to end, you know, in the next few days, which God forbid we hope it doesn't, one of his biggest regrets would be that 2023 Ascension Grand Final. But the way that he so quickly found comfort on the stage after that first year to really bed in with Liquid, and now kept on as someone who is, you know, always has such a strong mentality to really be learning and improving. That's why he's been able to pick up the role so successfully.
It's time to lock in, because this will be Apex's first full buy to go up against what is Team Liquid's bonus round, but you could be mistaken for it with the buy that they have. And Team Liquid, they hold on to A main successfully, no contest there.
You would have seen the stat flown as well just before the round started. Liquid win today, and it's a playoffs lock, so strong start on Ascent is just as imperative for them as it is Apex. Their VCT lives. Camo finding the first engagement short. Batu is gone. And Penny, while he tried to follow the play up behind, tagged by the cam and pushed out behind the smoke, hasn't gained any ground.
Yeah, but look at Molesy. He has, and on the top back of that, Olizera has B main. That's a big 1 versus 1.
Ay.
Gonna win it out. That creates a real problem for Team Liquid here.
And they lose all of the pressure in B main in the process. Patty hitting a big shot, but Molesy hasn't stopped. Second for the captain now. And Apex starting to shift their focus. It's back to the A site, actually.
Камо, пуля, давай. Камо! Остался один Патитя. Патитя! Патя!
Ah,
Сибай.
Apex on the board. It got a little bit messy, but Mulsi ever consistent. This has been one of the best stages that we've seen from him in VCT so far, and it's coming at just the right time.
It is, and I think as well, when we saw Apex coming into VCT this year, there was a big question mark on firepower and what they were going to be able to bring into this stage. I mean, obviously, the results haven't come, but some of the individual performances have.
They reshaped again during the downtime, but like you say, it was not just the players that have come in, but the players that they lost. Kayak, of course, now on Fnatic looking world class, and Sulcus, someone who I think Batu has done a good job at filling in the shoes of. But here, it is all about Mulsi's drone, and Camo pushed off the angle, a stalemate in B main.
Handshake, but Team Liquid will be the ones to hold on to that space and have re-cleared it at the same time. As Apex go to clear through.
Не надо, не умирай.
Damage towards Patitek.
That's also calling for the rotation as well. Apex constantly have that threat that they can burst into a site, especially with Batu and Penny both having full utility belts. As soon as I say that,
Camo has no dash. He has no way of getting out.
Batu's TP.
Пизда, Camo.
He wants that orb really for the ult to enter sight, but Camo is diligent on the line, and Batu first to be shown the door. Apex accelerating towards B.
Yeah, but
Никита.
The execute doesn't work out. All he's ever gets that. Look at
Нас прошел, но они слышали.
But they have heard the steps. The paranoia certainly caught him. Just being
И
cautious.
Пенни.
No precaution. Into CT, collecting two. And now it's only Nat, so Apex will scurry from his sight and just swinging at it. He can't quite land the shots. I mean, it's
Он пойдет сейвить, чё? Чё ему еще делать? Конечно, он не хочет идти, блядь, у него... О, они сразу врубили. Это хорошо. Потому что они увидели проблемы.
Back in Reykjavik 2021.
That's crazy. Back to mid we go, back to mid we look once again. Apex being given this for completely free. Team Liquid not really challenging this, more playing for the extremities. And look at Camo and how far up he's got in B main.
Yeah. And I think it's rounds like this as well.
Значит, надо укрепить мид, не? Если уж Camo сидит там. Хотя они вместе играют, чтобы если что.
You can see they're giving a lot of respect to Liquid, but there gets to a stage in the round where you need to then start taking some space, not leaving it too late and having things be how they were in the last couple.
And this is where last week would have been the learning experience that we saw Danny speaking about in that interview early on with Billy. Just the fact that, listen, we should have won certain rounds, we should have won that series, but you know what? Now heading in towards next week, we've had our learning experiences, we've made their adjustments, and that's where the scrims would have been.
Может, они подумали, что сейчас Астак? Бля.
Just to clear short there as Olazera has to be careful, has broken the cam in B main. Keeping the attention of Team Liquid as it's a slight swap redistribution of the players.
Нет, его увидели.
Kiko should have flashed up on the radar here. It doesn't look like he's been spotted. The sheriff gets to work, but only shoots down one.
Still Nats close by. He was playing around the smoke. That is the one rifle that Team Liquid have.
Повезло, повезло. Господи, как же Трекс хорошо кидает всю эту... Камон! Нац, все на тебе. Бля. У него одна пуля! Ого! Как в Камо в нужный момент. Не смог, к сожалению. Камо пуля. Бля, Трекс такую сделал охуенную штуку. Бам. Не хватает стрельбы только от Никитоса.
To be had, and one of them is Olazera. We only saw his cipher for the first time.
Get out of my way!
The final map the other day. He looked so much better on it, and already you can see here 3K under his belt, continuing to build stage confidence as Apex with their full house of ults look to make a combo play of their own with the Hunters. But only momentarily Penny hitting the scene with a burst of blades. And the B-side carved open just for a moment. Not if Nats has anything to say about it.
Still the utility spot on. Nats can't quite get the spam, but that's now
там еще и Judge.
by Apex in this round as the spike goes down. Team Liquid are close by to flood back in.
It's 4. Penny has the blades as well. There's barely going to be anything left for it. And it's a huge swing round in terms of finance as well. You can see Apex do want to double down. Olazera on the
Хорошая флешка, но, к сожалению, урона 0 с нее сделано. Бля, хорош, Кика, давай. 1 в 2. Но тут тяжело. О.
He's going to have to walk away from this. Head bowed low as Penny nails the final shot. 4 for Apex.
You can hear the energy in the roster as well. It feels as if everything is maybe falling into place at the right time, but we won't get ahead of ourselves just yet.
No.
This is a really nice round. I mean, a lot of ultimates invested, but Apex got what they wanted, right? They'll start to really build this lead on attack, on Ascent, which typically we see fall towards the defender side.
He's saying it, bro. He's saying, bro.
Keeping the vibes up is majorly important, though, and like you said, while I might be the only person this side of the stage with an Apex jersey on, Liquid have their support, and the Apex fans need to create that environment for themselves in the server. Penny wins it again. Right now. Huge double up against this investment from Liquid. And have time, space.
Пиздец происходит.
I agree, right? They do have time and space, Apex, to go and do what they want, but that time and space will allow the rifles on the floor to get picked up, like Nats has just done through mid. Now, Team Liquid, they're starting to lean heavier towards the A side, and I'm wondering, is it going to be, hey guys, let's try and keep the rifles, or do they actually attempt the 3 versus 5? There is Cypher utility on the site.
Yeah, and Nats has now just got the notification that it is the B site hit from Apex again. Moving steady through this left-hand side so far. Liquid made the gamble that if we were to have our site on A, we have half a chance.
Они сейвят. Ну хотя бы по титю отправьте поубивать. Пробовать.
It is going to be the save call with Patty center.
Yeah, I mean, try and do as much damage as possible, but for the most part, you look at Apex finances, they're looking flush with cash.
А он пойдет, заберет пушку и уйдет тоже на сейф. Или нет? Нет пушки.
Another thing that I noticed about him from that speech, the iconic one now that we saw from Nats, that with it being such a quick fix, a stand-in for Toronto, the main point being made to his duelist at the time was, look Penny, just keep doing your thing, play it loose, play it as you would want to play. Whereas with Apex, he's being fixed into a much more pre-existing system, I suppose. Like, they've had time to actually work him into the side, whereas it had only been a week, if not a few days, when he arrived on the scene in Toronto. But it feels like we're kind of seeing them take it a step back here, and now Penny's actually being let off the leash to sort of play how he wants, especially with how he was taking those mid-duels.
But we're back to another important round, and in terms of discrepancies in the buys, we're looking at 3 light shields for Team Liquid here, which will obviously Apex going to be nowhere near it. And as you said, Penny, electric at the moment, 10 to 3. And if you look towards the map in terms of the players, they are going to lean Apex more heavily towards the A main, where we haven't really seen them start just yet.
Patty can immediately collate some information. 3 players hit by
Ай-яй-яй, батя умирает.
Apex still looking fairly direct. The dash has been denied, no tailwind.
О, хорош. Ебаш усатого.
And that just becomes even more potent with the numbers if they want to posture for a retake. But looking at the positioning of Nats on backside
очень плохо.
in the boathouse, you're playing to defend and flood here, really.
Yeah, Nats is calling for
Нормально, Кама вернулся.
if there is going to be a hit. But at the same time, there's a drone moving through mid to try and create more pressure on other parts of the map.
Liquid haven't really buckled though. They're still resolute in positioning. They know that the setup should be good for it. TP finally taken by Batu. He's in the backlights now.
Yeah, and Nats is under pressure. You can see the panic as he tries to get into the cages, playing through lane, but nobody else is here. Batu finally cleared by Nats, but Nats cleared himself. But look at Kiko, still holding on to backside.
Не уходит на А.
And, well, this is a late play to get back towards A.
And I tell you what, I think they've gotten away with it. There's just about enough time to sneak their way through tree and plant the spike at the base of generator.
And look at the bits of utility that Apex still have moving into this post plan. Still got paranoia, still got a trap, and still got a cam.
But you have to again be thinking about Patty's command. That can be the ever equalizing factor here.
Ульта, конечно, может сыграть.
So retake in from short. You've got Kiko starting to gut out mid. Mulsi needs this dart timing.
I mean, for Team Liquid, trying to get a clearer idea of the picture when moving into this retake, and they are taking their time, waiting for utility to come online, and Apex just managing to sneak a couple in before the null command has hit the players. So it's all coming down to gunfights for Apex. Trex up high.
Nice!
Perfect. And Team Liquid
Nice!
as well as they'll immediately bounce back and break it 2 between the teams.
Yeah, I was a bit interested to see the timing on the dart there from Mulsi. That was the one piece of utility that missed. There was a good timing on the paranoia from Avova, and I think what they were looking for was to have the blind and then the dart so it couldn't be broken. But the retake from Liquid was excellent. Both of the initiators jumping up on the boxes on site, and then the smoke dropped in from Kiko to give maximum coverage.
Well, we're back to another rifle versus rifle round. Liquid managing to somewhat settle the economy on their team by keeping 3 alive.
And the rounds that Apex have found so far is that streak of 5. So now met with resistance.
Here.
Are they able to give an immediate reply? Camo right in the middle of things.
Yeah.
Patty paired at the hip. Flashes available, but a drone into counter.
Yeah, you know Camo was immediately calling for something to help out, but Apex went out in the duels, and Camo with no way out, no dash.
Нас один на сайте.
I mean, has to try.
Ему повезло, Джетка отступает под маркет.
Looks like it's going to be successful though.
Надо я смог, типа. Но они идут на Б.
Player crossing towards short. That's what Liquid think.
Или нет, они снова идут на А.
Yeah, the Apex players look like they were going to go B main, but they are regrouping to hit A 4 strong, and it's the correct read yet again.
The calls have been really good.
They have.
And Naz is going to have to hold this by himself. No way out.
Он как раз против Йору сделал трапу.
Have 2 traps. That's gone now. The cam takes contact. And finally, the call will be made for players to start to make their way over. That's still not found. Apex walking out slowly, hiding their position and playing it perfect. The spike can go down. And well, that's Apex, 2 players to the good.
How many times historically had we called Apex a mini fanatic? These late executions on Ascent are looking really nice. And for Liquid, it's got to be frustrating. You could see the ideas in trying to set up the another one with huge permutations. Liquid still do not have too much money beneath them. And Apex are grouped up. This is a 4-1.
Trying to get rid of the cam. Apex just being direct, straight onto the side. Nats has well and truly adjusted for what was happening before in terms of the over and straight onto site. Still a duel to be happening in mid as well between Olizera and Camel, but it's a stall out at the minute. Apex still trying to slow roll their way onto side, and it's not working out for them at all. Team Liquid to deal with the newest promoted side in VCT. Olizera left to try and scramble something back. 50 seconds left, mate. I don't think there's a lot of chance here.
Иди умирай, мразь.
I think Apex were going to get away with a quick B pop after the amount of rounds where they have created pressure here and then feigned it a little bit, rotated off. So Liquid start strong side. Olazera gets one on the way out, but that's all. Gap closed down to 2, and like
round to round and realizing where the problems are. I mean, this guy has been around.
You see how easy it is? Keep playing like this.
You see how easy? Play like this. Хотите, давай.
Hunter's Fury up for Apex in this one. Another
Камеру пытался уничтожить, но камера не там.
It's mid and a fake TP for Batu opposite the arch. Again, the Cypher setup has changed. Deep trap market just past pizza. Same cam which was being used before. The one way it spots the legs of the attackers as they move into B main. But Apex have a lot of ground to just free roam, and I think this suits their slow play style.
Ой, они увидели трапу.
100% agree. I mean, not a lot of teams have been allowing them this space. They've been trying to challenge. You think of how KC were playing last week. It feels as if Liquid, maybe their game plan is to allow Apex to make the mistakes, but with Apex being allowed time to think, they're making the right choices.
Batu pinging out the trap as well there. Maybe some mental warfare. Paranoia.
Нет, Батя! Батя! Титя! Па! Титя!
Apex start to shift focus back to B.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure towards A now because we've seen Batu get so deep space. It's all up to Trex to hold on.
О, Никитос, ты чё? Колесико выруби. Оба! Оба! Ой-ой-ой! Ай-яй-яй.
Hunter's Fury still available, immediately used.
Trex is within range.
Бля.
Olazera can't do it for him. Cuts in the queue.
Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой.
Settle unless he has 3 kills.
Давай! Нет! Давай! Давай! Нет! Кама, пуля! Камон! Камон!
Advantage secured.
А, щибай!
Look as if they're rolling back the years of over with a prime time clutch, and honestly, how they've moved through Ascent so far, Apex
possible.
are looking really good, and I really like
Bля,
that straight in towards the B pivot because of the space that Batu had got.
Feel good for Avova as well, the player who clutched it out on the exact same site to push them over the threshold against Pacific. Final round of the half, and Liquid with another mixed investment. But I come back to what we were saying before.
Давай хотя бы 5-й. Бля, пожалуйста.
They didn't deal with Camo when he had that deep-lying Bucky in B main before. This time, it's the same close corner Nats was playing.
Пизда по Тите.
Penny's won it out. To the Apex, I think, are ready to just go towards A, but instead, no, just use the Euro clone instead. And there's plenty of utility being expended from both sides.
Окей, никто не расстрелялся из ликвидов, чё-то. Кика не стреляет. Потите это правильно играет. Но Кама и Кика.
Just on the corner, but it will go to post 5v5. Trex has the ult, but Patty's dead with his.
He is. Although the Hunter's Fury hasn't found what Team Liquid were looking for. Well, early with a spam, finding Batu will be excellent, and also a trap to secure this post plant.
It interrupted that plant as well, though, so Liquid are here ready to fight. Lots of damage on the spam.
Yeah,
he's perfect. And there's more coming through. He's chewing through them. Yeah, I'm just taking so much damage trying to just get back into sight. And that's just on 15 HP. Team Liquid have not really got a one-on-one engagement there.
Olazera can see through walls, it feels. What is working well for Liquid, Trex back on the Sova. We spoke a lot of his fade in the previous weeks and how much we wanted to see him on scan, but with this being his second most played agent, behind Raze of all things, it's looking good so far. His drone checks Batu, and Liquid very quickly look to increase the speed of this B push.
Nice! Come on! Nice!
The entries looking great. Penny at least has something of an equalizer, but it's not completely equal as Liquid are one player to the good, and Apex taking their time to come back in.
Batu from CT breaks the trap, but the position of Nats here is huge in main. If they fail to clear him, it's a huge contact point.
100%, and I mean the delay from Liquid again. We speak of utility and how good it's
Да.
timing, although managing to get out a little gap and
Nice. Nice.
concentration and well, Team Liquid are dismantling Apex now.
Не троллим.
Although a 1 versus
Nice,
2,
Keiko.
over
Джиу!
but won't this time.
Джиу-джиу.
That is another pistol round to Team Liquid.
It's nice to see the stat coming into the round as well about both Camo and Olizera on GTZ. Fuck yeah. You've got to, of course, remember the coaching staff that's come from there as well on Liquid's side. So there is plenty of history between both of these teams. It's just very straightforward from Liquid. They're going to have to be searching out Batu's position a lot of the time. He wants to get into these mains, into the extremities, and give info
Into
to
the
Apex so they can
extremity,
afford heavier
into the main.
rotations.
I remember last time when the anti-eco came through when Apex were on the attack, there was only, what, 2 picks found realistically? I mean,
Ой, Нацу пизда!
couldn't really be found on A. That's being put under pressure.
Такой сидит, так,
right now.
не-не-не-не,
Is,
goodbye.
Apex are trying to find him, identifying
Не,
this is a
Nac.
potential pickup, and it has been caught. Camel will find the lone A site Sanker as they're trying to get the spike
Кейка будет
Team
сидеть.
Liquid onto site to get that
И на
back.
крысичьих притаился. Но они пойдут... Не пойдут через шот.
Very
Кейка, выгляни в окошко.
to try and root out
Nice.
here. Finds yet another kill. Just adding to his KD.
Ой-ой-ой. Ой-ой-ой.
Halsey's trying to chip one away. Eco having the best KD differential, a 1.75 coming into this week in EMEA. And that's a 23% increase on second, which is Durka. So, just so rigid. The storm
Овердрайву!
and here,
Кому?
it's a very simple pickup for
Драйву.
Liquid.
Давай.
It is. And the last remaining players.
На-на-на-на-на-на-на-на.
Ultimate orbs. I mean, you think to how many times we saw Trex actually able to get the Hunter's Fury up in that last half. I think it was about 3, considering how many ultimate orbs it is. That's impressive.
Every single time you seem to find value as well.
Well, we are done with formalities as we can go back to a full buy versus a full buy. Actually, we're going to see Nats pick up a Sheriff instead.
Just sort of flicking through the captains and the coaches there. I was wondering if there's anything to pick up on. You can never be too sure after seeing that spider land on Rians the other week. I'm constantly preparing myself for something to come out the woodwork, but here for Apex, it's A main control. The team
Пизда, Кейка.
Eco, but Batu seemed to have caught it. No! Avova trading out in effect and getting away with his life.
Well, it will be 4-4, that rifle one to be back in the hands of Nats, but looks like Liquid are playing with the idea of just hitting straight into this. Penny, though, will just be allowed to escape out the corner. But look at Nats' position.
Nats умирает.
And with only a pistol, it's so much control removed from the Liquid hands with Avova finding that one. The remaining 3 sat behind the smoke, but that's where Kiko looks to make the difference. Flashed onto the angle by Patty. Olizera playing anti. Quick trade out of the numbers, and Trex last left his...
Ай-яй-яй, стрельба не пошла, unlucky.
famed before, but not this time.
Listen,
Тут
that
unlucky
Team
как бы.
Liquid's bonus round, that's the one thing, not to get too excited for Apex just yet. But they are knocking on the door of double digits.
And a point that I want to hit here is that we have to see Batu get a little bit more value from this aggression. I think the trades have been decent as long as there's a player with him. And as long as he can keep the vibes up, something else which was required of him, then it's going to be huge for their chances. 3 rounds the gap, first rifle between the 2 teams, and Liquid looking for another A pop.
Well, nothing in terms of picks straight away. Nothing in terms of engagements. Look at how Penny is thinking about looking to hold on through short. Remember, Nats last time played through this position. This is just a little bit of information extra that Apex will be looking to deal with. And the difference in this round compared to last is the fact that Nats has support through Trex.
Yeah, he was solo at the start of the round, but Trex has now arrived. And between the two of them should be the drone investment for B main, and that's what we're going to get. Outlaw in his hands.
I wonder if Team Liquid have posted 3 players up in main, just aiming to be specific, just in case there's going to be a re-clear, but instead Apex re-clear through mid. This is where the Outlaw is, and it's going to get the first pick once again onto Batu.
But very quickly, Penny refilling that space back towards mid, trying to fight Nats Khan. On
Nice!
the side, Camo taking down Abova as the sole site anchor, the rest playing off. And without the mid control, this is hugely problematic. Olizera even jumping the gun.
Найс, Над запустил всю эту цепочку. Вообще я всю эту цепочку запустил под пуш шарта, но... Опа, опа, опа,
He will be hunting through spawn very quickly, and it's actually Market where he goes instead with the Outlaw. Trying to remove these last few weapons as Apex will be on an eco in the next. As good as Penny's been, Camo has been big. It's an in-zone forward, the first that we've seen on the opening map, and Liquid the ones to pick it up.
Yeah, I mean, that's very well called in terms of like keeping those players in A main. I mean, it's a simple
Кама еще
round,
понял,
but
куда он
sometimes
тэпнулся, то есть что он
it's
не на
and
Heaven
as much as I hate
тэп,
to say it,
It's also
Это
Batu
просто-
getting caught out again in another opening duel. 3 in 15 as it stands. If he can have a turn of form, that might be just enough to get Apex over the line, but the gap is tightening and Liquid are in a very strong position now.
Ой, они сразу подпушивают Б-мейн из-за этого. Сразу, просто с первой. И он это чувствует. Он чувствует. Найс. Ну пизда кому... О, найс. Он ждет, он не идет. Ждет тиммейт, он не выходит из смока до тиммейта. До прихода тиммейт. Приятно. Он бы мог выйти и сдохнуть. Он создавал неразбериху этим. Смотрите, эко-фрагер. Эко kills! Wow! Let's go! Ебаш. Прошлый даже. Хотя, может и не очень хорошо. Потому что она взорвалась чутка в смоке.
After that Liquid back-to-back flawless runs.
Like I said, for all the Jets in my ranked games, that's how you...
This year you're going up against the true tried and tested, and well, we've seen the results and how they've gone.
See here, there is a rifle v rifle speaking in favor of Apex, but like I said to you the other day, feels like whenever we have that stat, it doesn't serve the team well. Liquid leading in a lot of important stat lines themselves.
Увидел АВП, не пикает. Увидел АВП, не пикает.
Which just doesn't land.
This is the first off in this entire map so far, which is most interesting.
А это нехорошо.
Change from Liquid and ultimates invested from them. That's 2 from both initiators. And in terms of value, it's not really got a lot because all these errors kept in spawn and all those traps are still online.
Проблемы. Проблемы. О, это было плохо.
Apex so quick to respond to that A pressure and have numbers stationed there ready to fight. With the final position revealed, it's Penny on the line. That's walking into trouble. Moment of time, moment of silence.
Это было плохо.
As Apex get double digits.
And that's the big thing. Not only that, Batu being able to go and pick up the ultimate orb in the meantime, that's going to bring up the dimensional drift. And this is a really nice round, just from thinking about how they wanted to set up the round. The fact that all these errors stayed so far away to keep the Cypher traps online, as well as the positioning of the players and how far back they were.
But Liquid, they need to find a way to create consistent success to move the needle. It's an attack side op from Camo. A big exchange about to go down, but the walkout
Ну теперь Кама будет пикать.
His first shot accuracy right now is betraying him.
Yeah, I think he's going to be counting as lucky chickens here. And he doesn't even realise the danger he could potentially be in as a pack of Team Liquid players are moving through B main.
Penny once again ready to receive Liquid. An interesting one against his former team. Liquid lost against Kamik earlier in the year, of course, and in 2025, they're currently 4-2 against their former players. 2 of those against Solcas's Koi. Hoping that it's not going to be another one here, as Penny's moved even closer towards B main now, and he is the player of highlight in this round. Because you look on the Liquid side, I mean, Trex is elsewhere, that's the dart. How are you going to clear him? It's the market pressure.
Yeah, well, Camo, he was going to go for the nice, but instead it looked to go for an op instead. Still making up their mind here, but Liquid finally commit all the utility. Penny still not cleared, but the op not hitting. And it's most important, the flashes. Oh, looked as if it was going to set up Penny for perfection, but he's only able to get one.
Whoa.
And clearing all corners do Team Liquid. A bit too aggressive with his TP. And we'll leave all his error in a 1 versus 3 to come back into.
Он идет сейвить.
He doesn't seem to think it feasible for all of the times he pulled it off for Koi Phoenix. It's just a very quick realization of challenges and those 2 leagues when we had them the last couple of years. Yeah, slight mistrap, but it's all good. Devious laugh there from him. The setup's going to be in the right place this time. Let's see what he can do. If that ready-made VCT player, as he was called by his former teammates, has what it takes to step up to the plate and hit Liquid for 6, as 4 of those players are grouped up and ready to go.
I mean, the one thing that's worrying here is if we see KO knife hit all his error, this site is all going to go down.
You ever seen a player pull out their phone in the middle of an official before?
You got any games on your phone?
Flappy Bird, mate.
That's a throwback.
See Liquid slowly making their way through the channel. Deploying to short, Trex with the drone, going through the gears. It's Camo he's trying to set up here, and Avova does not go cleared in the corner, but they have to be aware of this potential.
Yeah, well, the cam's just seen the barrel, sets up Avova, dips off. The knife hasn't hit, so all of this utility is going to stay up, but they know exactly where the Cypher is sitting and should know where the Omen is as well.
And he still has his paranoia to play with and all the Cypher util.
Yeah, and it's looking brilliant so far as Apex still keep themselves an advantage and know where Nats has managed to move to. The flash doesn't hit, Nats rifle does. We're still within 1 between 2, and information gained for the attack, and well, for defense as well, through the dimensional time, and that's what's getting low.
Still no plant.
No, can't quite get it. Penny gets the spike on the ground, and the players just need to run for the hills, and Apex will go to 11. A big round for them.
Is always one which they've been really good on throughout their history. 69% win rate with every version of the team that we've ever seen. It was the double sentinel that looked good. This is the slight change for them with Trex back in the team. It's not like he's been the problem. In fact, everyone is fragging fairly equally. Huge round coming up. Batu bringing out the op for the first time.
Flashbang. Yeah, it was Penny who was using it last. That knife, it's going to get big information in terms of knowing where the Euro and the Omen are, but they don't know that the Jet is also there.
Batu does have his TP. Oh, he did have his TP for Boathouse.
Take flight.
And it's gone. So Apex are going to be a little careful in how they respond to this B pressure from Liquid, which will be scaling into an execute. And Olazera's sight again.
Yeah, he's trying to take a time, and the cage was good, but walks into Camo's smoke, into his domain, and that's not where you want to go, as the spamming towards CT will only do a little bit of peppering overall, and Liquid getting that sight and post-plant.
A difficult retake, but you can see Avova starting to make his way through mid. If they can take main control and remove Nats from position, that might just be exactly what they need.
But time starts to become of the essence. The sixth man for Liquid, and that's being in main.
Oh. Is Batu going to join up with him, or is he saving the op? What exactly? They're playing for exits. They're playing for exits. Avova sat at the ticket booth. Liquid looking to punch theirs for playoffs and moving to double digits themselves.
Out of charges.
I mean, when you look at what is left in the back pockets of Liquid, this will be good damage, but it's an interesting choice.
Oh, yeah, this is going to be huge too, because it's the contact from that op on Catwalk with the paranoia.
Oh, the op has missed the first one. Avova hasn't missed his first target. It's the Apex tried to do damage, but ends up...
Blah.
What's happening there? Thanos snapped. Hello?
They're gone. Reduced to atoms.
Too busy playing games.
On their phone. But in terms of money, it's all right, because you had those back-to-back flawlesses towards the start of the half. The money hasn't really been an issue for Liquid.
But it could be.
But it could.
It could. It can.
It can indeed. It's the null command that we've got here as well from Patton. So heading into the next gun round, we've seen a bit of a checkerboard exchange between the two as Apex are on 11. They fully bought into this around the weapons that they had. The Cypher setup was A, Olizera's towards B. They get a free pass.
Yeah, nice
maybe
shot.
not. Oh, he's still standing.
Yeah, I mean, that's been
Блядь,
party up. Olizera knocks Tricks down instead. Okay, Spike goes down, and Neural Theft invested as well. This is doable for Apex.
Liquid going on the offensive, and Olizera's number is up.
Найс! Хорошая флешка, батя!
And he will delete.
И съебался! Уу!
4v3, man advantage. Apex still have rifles beneath them. Do you save again, or do they really want this?
Well, it seems as if they do. They're still playing with the idea as the players try to...
Найс, Нац! Хуярих! Хуярих шапкой, блядь! Хуярих шляпой, давай!
Even allowed the chance as the hunt is on. The players want that last rifle. And they're hot on the heels of Avova.
I mean, Avova can go anywhere he wants with the ult to just try and save the gun, because there's barely any money for Apex here, and that becomes such an issue now. We didn't address it too heavily. Looks like he's going to get away with it here. But they went all in on Guardians, a Judge.
But the thing for me though, it's the call from Liquid. They know that they have the null command. Last time that happened, Olizera set up on A and then play towards B. So like, listen guys, let's just hit B.
Flip it around.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what happened.
Stick it in reverse.
Back it up too.
Another timeout. Back it up, Danny. What do we got? Very promising.
Match point, пацаны, match point.
4 players within striking distance of Nats' outlaw, and it will begin through mid for Team Liquid. Apex once again being aggressive on an extremity as they go right over the top of Nats' trap and trying to push Liquid into making a decision.
There's no second layer from short, but Liquid don't want to touch that with a 10-foot barge pole because they would then be fighting back in without main. They look towards Market. He gets a double tag with the drone, and nearly the second bolt of the Fury as well.
I mean, only one player tagged up and taking real damage there, so should that be kept into the next round? I don't know.
30 секунд.
Also 2 ultimates now on the eco.
Unlucky.
Apex pulling the plug on themselves.
Нет, куда?
Of what they are willing to bring to the table against Liquid.
Не
Penny
надо!
has been revealed, but the Bucky has
Не
it.
надо!
We don't know about what weapon he has in hands. He takes his...
Блять! Ух, Нац!
Arsenal! It's almost like watching an arena show the way the players are jumping at one another.
Ай, блять! Не
Making
дать!
it look back like a tactical one with that sheriff shot, and then Team Liquid making it look like the range after how easy some of these kills have come through. It's a 2 versus 4. Two catches Kiko off guard. He's not been caught. Batu takes a chance. There's no way. Comes down like this. No way, Team Liquid.
Да вы шутите!
By Apex. In a round that they should have had no chance in.
Пизда!
On the high heavens.
has finally reached the heights. The Sheriff is sublime, and with a supportive flash here, he doesn't stop until the job is done.
Nice!
You can see what it means.
Bro,
This isn't a group game.
You're the fucking...
Бля, ну как?
Missed that one. Oh, dearie me. Listen, there's plenty more to come. There just might be. Yeah. Oh, this site as well. There's no utility realistically. It's just two players holding it down. Penny and Mosey. Batu getting close. And Team Liquid's just going straight into it. Penny denies though. At the first time of asking. Oh, it's plucked out of the sky by Trex. The ult gets so much value, but
Давай, Кейка, ты должен раскрутиться. В этом раунде ты должен. Ты обязан, блядь. Я, блядь, вас нахуй молю. Просто молю. Начни. Найс, Кейко, блядь, спасибо. Еще не смачок, давай, накинь.
Looking to rip Apex apart. Avova has all the utils to just bridge that gap from the spawn side.
Найс, потитя. И Трекс даже убил, господи, и Никитос убил, все убили. Найс.
All 24 rounds of regulation needed between these two on map number 1. And every time you get a little bit excited about Apex, Team Liquid are right there to pull the players back down to earth. That's why everyone's been saying Team Liquid are champions contenders, never mind just EMEA.
But that also comes through building out their map pool, showing that this ascent can be better, and it will take time
не то что
for them
скрэпи,
to
хуепи,
get it up to
пиздец,
scratch the
блядь.
level that they want it. We spoke a little bit about the
Вы должны
Vita.
предыдущий раунд были
2,
выигрывать.
3 maps.
Вы его проебали.
But closing it has been a difficulty. They've already lost a couple of maps by a margin of 2 rounds, but yet to play an overtime in this stage. They started on the attack.
Folks need to remember that it was the attack that was the better of the two sides for both people.
They're looking inclined towards this B finish after faking the A pressure, and Batu has his entry.
Yeah, Camo trying to be a player on an aggressive line. Remember, there's still 2 more players that can try to get the trades.
Господи, как же он хорошо флешит.
They get the advantage. Trying to pivot through A, make a quick response, but this is Nats's site, and that's not where you want to be going into. His lair as he spins the web.
Ой, да иди ты нахуй с этим
But brings it back, Ollie's error.
2 on 2.
Well, it's going to be a quick swing out.
Батя!
1 versus 1.
Батя!
Tati will win that.
And it felt far too close
Титя!
for the situation.
Ба!
Nats
Титя!
giving us a champagne performance on the Cypher, opening cage after cage. We saw the initial aggression. Multi, unfortunate not to land any shots there, really. He had to cover Penny's back. Olazera doing great work to keep it close, keep it competitive, but not quite enough right at the death.
And with that, we will head into another timeout. This time called by Apex.
I feel like, you know, we've gone through all of the timeouts in regulation. Liquid used both. Apex something to the table here. Jet Yoru continuing to find success, but maybe not to be for Apex.
Most interestingly is we're getting an attack side Odin. It feels like a long time away that we saw this on the attack side. Especially we know how old Apex used to be, or Sensor used to be, in terms of how paper thin it was.
Oh, still is.
Still not hitting though, and that's the most important
Бля, они пошли на самый защищенный сайт.
3 strong on the site.
They're at a bit of a stalemate as the Cypher setup, guards the movement to market. Recon still not scanning camo.
Yeah, this is really big.
He's the only player detached from the rest right now. I mean, Trex is trying to bail him out.
Найс, Нацуля!
And that's the opening. Yeah, that's the insert that Team Liquid were looking to use to get onto the A site. The only thing
Вернитесь на Б.
once again,
Ай-яй-яй.
you look at Apex, they're very quick on the site, and it's Batu up against two players playing from the lone corner under hell. There is a player above him to help out, but realistically, no engagement's coming. Finally, it does. Penny's the one that
Nice,
gets
nice.
it, but Batu
Nice, они...
their own map pick. Finally, Team Liquid win it out.
Difficulty there for Liquid, made to
Что, он в другую сторону дует, идиота? Ляг под него. Ты сзади него стоишь. Он дует в другую сторону. Ура.
Patrick, energy and direction, okay? From your side. Kamil, like last time, be mature, take responsibility, and give direction for the team.
So far.
Gio, play your feelings.
How did I lose that?
Make it the same for you as Gio. But for now, for start of the game, let's play as a team. Let's go.
It's 100% what's on Team Liquid's minds. As for Apex, I mean, there's a lot on their minds after the way this season has been going, and it seems as if they're going to be looking to control mid here while Team Liquid work on the extremities.
We're also getting that fan service in some ways. The solution, the double
Nice.
but Zavova met first, and Penny trying to follow it up against his former in-game leader. The shots not quite connecting though, and Liquid already out on the A site, no trouble.
Опа! Патитя слышит, Патитя идет. Патитя идет. Нет, Патитя правильно все делает. Патитя все сделал правильно. В пипу не стреляем. Это грязно. Кто убил и в пипу именно, в пипу.
Make this their home turf after the 13-7 against Na'Vi, which was picked into them last week. It's going to be very effective. We've got a nice Haunt lineup coming in here.
I think this is the one that we saw.
The Sen, the right one from Trex. And good info in middle to start.
100%. I think that's the big thing for me as well, is right now Team Liquid and EMA have solidified themselves as the road team. Obviously we've not seen it from Fnatic, but this is nice to continue up that form, continue up that, and they are absolutely flawless so far in this round.
Just running through Apex as if they weren't there. Very soon. Unfortunately, something has to change, and you'll expect that in the next round. But as we do carry on the Liquid conversation, and it's those teams, you know, the Sentinels of the world, the G2s, the Gen Gs in Pacific, that you've got to be thinking about. I'm trying to think of a CN team we've seen that was exceptional on Corrode so far. I mean, EDG showed a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, but it's what you said, it's that keyword, it's like the word of exceptional, right? And
Пойдет фармить арбы.
to be that cut above. Obviously, we're still to see that the best of the best go against one another. That will be at champs, but again, I want to hold out on
Трекс, пора бы сбейтин.
and EMA just yet, a little asterisk on it, because we've yet to see Fnatic.
This isn't happening. This isn't happening. It's like Romeo and Juliet. They'll both go down on the spike. Unfortunately, this love story ends with a big flat no for Apex. And Liquid just making things look really, really comfortable. Keeping 5 alive as well. Outlaw and Nats again. And in terms of how they want to play this, it's the Viper Wall through mid. Trying to create a lot of that pressure. When we saw Batu playing on the Sova, he was mid-wall pretty much every single round. Apex still sort of a lot heavier towards B in terms of how they were playing it. A did get left open a lot of times late round.
Just to note, maybe one for the second half is that that's been 3 pistol rounds in a row that Team Liquid have been able to win against Apex. Oh. And well, for here, Penny's the first one on the board in terms of the kills. Team Liquid trying to poke and prod towards B, but they've been closed out without any way out.
Brilliant from Olazera to just profit from his own setup. Camo is still fighting the front line though. The point man of the push making a damn good go. As Olazera drops, there seems to be an issue. Just a man down and in a decent position to maybe get the plant in here. Patty doesn't have the wingman, he is relying on...
Найс, Каму начал стрелять. Давай. Ай-яй-яй-яй-яй. ГГ.
They look scared of him here. Nobody wants to face, and when they do, it's finally Penny.
Ай.
The resistance is met with 3 kills and Apex on the board in round 3.
Yeah, it's the double duelists that are able to close it out. It is an expensive round overall, as most of the buys have been lost for Apex. I mean, Camo does brilliantly to, just react to all the utility thrown at me and also get the picks that he did.
I also want to focus on Olazera on the flip side though. He was the reason why Apex had advantageous numbers. Not only Penny finding his 3K, and it's this change back to the Cypher, which we knew him to play at such a high level in Challengers, why he was leading for ACS of any player that was non-duelist in that competition against some of the biggest, brightest stars that we're expecting to see hit the stage soon. Back to the B main aggression we saw from them before. They never really held on to this space previously. It was just a one and done, and Penny left astute.
Yeah, I mean, had to use a relay bolt to get out of that.
The TPs from Batu as well, because it was Penny on the Yoru before. Now he's on the Neon. They're going to continue with this partnership, as you can see the A-hold is incredibly lax from Apex. You've got a Vova right the way at the back towards spawn.
I mean, the general line from Apex is pretty reserved overall.
But they were so hesitant to be proactive in mid-round when they were playing against Na'Vi, and that's what sold them short. They couldn't make the correct decisions because they didn't have the right info. The macro was off. This time, it looks to be about right.
Well, in the back of your head, though, just watch Kiko through mid and where he goes.
Опа, по голове подшаль.
Mossy missed, sorry, the horn didn't scan anyone, so
И Кейка идет. Но Неонка ожидает его. Чуть-чуть бы подождал, чуть-чуть.
For Apex, as they can focus all their attention towards this site. It's Nats looking for extra space and knows exactly where that Neon is. That's going to be a big distraction. One less body to hold on to the site, as that's an advantage on the main push back in, the retake.
Timing.
And the time
Nice.
in general is just going to be the most important, because it's been bumped through massively. Nats marked, and well, one bullet is all he needed to get rid of the Yoru. Apex starting to work on the spike.
Нет.
As it will be the captain to grab an ace.
Team Liquid kept moving forward by their commander-in-chief, Nats. He knows the timing so well. Incredibly reserved, just waiting for Penny to show face in Link. But once he dropped, he cut off the cross. To find the spam through the smoke in the end as well. It was quite close on Apex behalf, but that's the difference when you don't have the Gecko. You commit bodies to defuse that spike.
Well, it's going to be an equal round for Apex. This cycle will not be complimentary. Nice little cam. Gets a little bit of early information.
Они только узнали об этой камере? Вау! Ее каждый ранкеде используют практически. Вау! Ну, если Сайфер есть, он использует чаще всего эту камеру. Так что... Вау! Он гений!
Cleared through the utility, the cycle of it.
from Liquids. And for Apex here as well, it's what I was saying earlier. That A-link position getting very weak later into the round. They have taken main control to help support themselves, though.
Бам!
Mulsi playing for info gets caught on the face check.
Но они не подозревают, что двое в мейне. Они подозревают, что кто-то в мейне, но не двое. Пизда. Найс! Никитос! Никита, найс! Ай, блять! Нас пропустили. Хе-хе-хе. Можешь смогу дать, кстати? Можешь и не давать.
Apex have no way of responding to this whatsoever. That should hopefully be the round that they do it to stop the Liquid domination.
Yeah, we weren't looking for Apex to be utterly transformed this stage, but we needed an improvement, especially on this map. I mean, 13-3, one of the biggest margins of defeat we've seen so far against Na'Vi, and it was few and far between on the defender's side, which they've chosen to start here again.
Who's next?
Camel did get legged by the operator. He's down to 5 HP because of that. But gaining the information, that's what's most important. Used the TP to get ahead and didn't have a chance to replace
Что? Что это за ульта? Что это за ульта?
Brilliant work from Apex, and the Nightfall invested as well. Such an important round for them to win, but starting to slip away.
There it is. Mosey taking a more reserve position behind the box, and Liquid looking to come up with a plan on how to get that spike back.
Scrutiny placed on this Viper's pit as the Prowlers has flown past Camo.
The timing's insane. Oh, the he comes away with that. The gift in the round to Team Liquid Apex.
Я понял, они хотят к стене заплентить спайк и просто простреливать ее Одином. Нет, я думал, они заплентят ее в эту. Что? Не, тогда я ничего не понимаю, ладно. Нихуя не понимаю.
Has the fast lane to divide the angles. Camo's on 5 HP, but he's got a quad kill. And move the gap.
Не, нихуя не понимаю.
Getting into the retake, the same kind of mistakes we saw made by them last time. Apex on this map.
Yeah, this is heartbreaking. The fact that they do so.
Вот, они хотели наверняка к стенке, типа, заплентить его в угол. Да? Просто простреливать его Одином. Правильно я понимаю? Горилла! Медвежонок.
The rounds continuing to build for Liquid. Apex started ascent strongly, but this has been anything but one to remember. Olizera, nice first shot, but he wants the gun so badly he's willing to give up his own life for it.
Ай-яй-яй.
Space backfilled by Apex, 2 kills out of thin air. It's a 4v2.
Yeah, that's insane. At the same time, got to be worried about Opovva in that backline, as you said. But still, ultimates to maybe be the difference maker in this round.
Cover going
The struggle to retrieve too much weaponry so far. Patatek is going to have a look, but we know.
Пожалуйста, чекни, пожалуйста, чекни.
101 different angles to consider. Prowler through B reconfirms at least one of the players is there, and Avova will have heard the steps traversing spawn. Is Trek's going to take the same path?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he is, and now Avova knows where both are, so he can start to move himself in the right direction with the rest of Apex.
And that's the big part here, right? You spoke about it earlier. Windows of Overtaker's timing
30 seconds
in
left.
terms of moving Apex in the right direction. Remember, those rifles will still have the advantage in the heads-up gunfight, and there's some players. Oh, I see one player that is low.
And it's just Penny that fights from Ling. This could be problematic. Batu's still on the Sheriff. Those rifles yet to hit the hand. Just give him a Sheriff. He's got a red right hand when he's holding on to it.
Their buy, or what's left from the buy, doesn't look too great.
For Apex, they got money to go around.
Crazy to think a 2-5 score.
Yeah, that's very true, but that's what you get from winning your eco. And
Toxins going up.
yeah, this one, Liquid just chipping away at the rock face. Another orb picked up by Camo, creeping ever closer to yet another Yoru ult. In the meantime, Batu is the deep deposit in middle, has the TP to get out, and should have first contact here from Mossy as well.
Destroy the horn, but the utility through mid. I mean, it's easy enough for the attack to clear out.
Toxin screen down.
But it's the investment of utility as well in this first cycle.
Yeah.
Seen the Haunt already go.
I mean, that's signature abilities, that stuff will come back up, but these players fighting through main.
Spike down. A.
Oh, they won't. Penny manages to dodge the paranoia.
Nice.
And Batu's in two minds. He's not supported his teammate.
Nice!
Clears out
Как же Трекс
That's
хорош.
really well worked from Trex.
В плане утилок.
That's the unfortunate part. Or needed to commit to one idea. Apex. Now, look at the player position, and this is very weird because the spike needs to make its way across. At least Kiko has the TP to do it. Olizera showing his hand, and now Mosey with 7 points of health needs to either try and escape, save the gun, or
Алло?
need to try and get that spike.
Yeah, okay, no, this should be okay. And I say should because I don't think
Yeah.
Mossy is going to be able to get anywhere near
10
this.
seconds left.
There are a couple players on Apex who are probably going to need a drop in the next round, where just as soon as we were singing their praises in terms of money,
Yeah,
blown it all
but I think as well, just to bring it back,
on Corrode right now. It's so difficult to break down.
100%, and when you're allowing like Nats to be on his probable #1 agent as well,
Enemy
it
remaining.
just looks excellent.
Wow, we're doing confidence these days now, okay?
Yeah, I'm trying to pay attention.
Toxins going up.
Liquid locked in and getting ready to secure playoffs as well. Once more, it's another round where A-Link is looking weak for Apex. Need to find what their strengths are. It's another orb into the pockets of Liquid.
Still waiting.
Money bag, Mr. Nats. Picking up another towards the pit, but it's the drift that sends the B site into jeopardy.
Everybody's here though, on both sides, and Oliver is the one that comes out on top, as well as Batu getting one from his operator. Okay, this is something
Бля.
Liquid might actually find themselves at a disadvantage, especially with the wingman not able to get that spike down. Liquid need to move themselves onto the site, and when they do, they get cut down.
Last player standing.
Oh, it still had the thrash patty, but there's literally nothing left to fight here now. Left to his own devices. 1 versus 4. Apex have a response. The site hold was really great, and something to note as well. Olizera bought a Spectre so he could buy all of his utility.
30 seconds
I did the math. He was 100 credits off having a rifle and all his util, so he decided, okay, I'm just going to buy a Spectre, do a drive-by. Camo's so good at being the gap close for Liquid, and he has the double initiation to set him up as well.
This is a nice spot.
I mean, there's a little bit of hope here, but it is the hope that kills you, so let's hope that Apex can keep this going. Batu with that op still in hand, and where that's positioned is towards the A side, and he's got a deep line all the way to spawn.
Yeah, Liquid hadn't been playing through here all too heavy-handedly. It's middle instead, where Penny will get dropped solo.
О-хо, они бы...
Replay, but
Это специально было,
complete concession of
чтобы они усилили. Но, Оман,
that now
так, сиди.
Apex are
Тебя увидели.
number.
Тебя увидели.
I think
Нет?
he did.
No, I don't think he has.
Не увидели, найс.
Kiko blindsides him. Supported with a smoke at his back. Continues to sell the idea that this is a B play.
Yeah, I mean...
О, щебай. Оп.
Liquid looking to clear out the smaller corners, you know, make sure to dot your I's, cross your T's, all that nonsense as they get that spike down towards that A site. Kiko still in spawn as Apex look to deal with him finally, but still you look towards Trex, bottom mid, he's going to be a late joker, a late win condition for this attack if it ever gets close.
But the neural theft is in, so the position is made redundant. There's an ult here for Batu if he wants it. Apex fancy their chances.
Yeah, they're trying to send it in, although they're not doing what Liquid were doing. They're not paying attention to the smaller details and they'll get caught off guard from one corner.
It feels so lazy when you make that kind of an investment as well. You're seeing the value from the Gecko utility from Patatek as well. Those close corners with the Thrash. The Wingman's been going for the open plant. And it's just simple stuff at the end of the day. Kind of decisions that you expect to make, but for both of the promoted teams, we have seen difficulty in getting the basics right in terms of, yeah, where are you investing your ults? How are you looking to end maps and convert the advantages that you have?
Oh,
this Sheriff, man.
We've not seen it on screen, but certainly what is needed for Apex. They need a Hail Mary, they need divine intervention. They need Mosey, apparently, with a 3-key on this round. And that spikes in Apex's hands.
I was mentioning it earlier. Last year, only his first as an in-game leader. We've seen him play duelist before. But ultimately hitting the reset button on his career, going back home to play from Poland. And now, propping Apex up on a 4th.
That's if Trex doesn't catch up.
And we know he can do it 1v5, but 1v4 against Volsi. No chance.
Ай, бля, что это было?
It's Batu's op in front of the Cypher setup on B to start.
I mean, look at Kiko, he's gone for it again, he's just sent it and towards the spawn. And it's so big that Apex need to take their time. Kiko, first engagement, and it is against what has been the superstar on Apex. Camel gets rid of the Cypher, and well, finally Batu gets rid of Kiko. So we're back to 4v4, with the site taken for Liquid.
Nice.
Oh, and Mulsi tries to rush affairs. Penny in here as well, denies the plant and finds the kill. The Yoruot still collecting information to set them up as the spike is on the ground.
Yeah, Batu needs to try and get out of this corner. He's in a difficult spot. Liquid were caught trying to take more space than what was necessarily needed. And well, that space has ended up working out for them because Camel took Kevin. Got the kills, and if over in a 1 versus 3, he'll catch the first.
Knows about the second. Trex yet to make the peak, spamming down to 6.
Nice.
He will take it off the contact of his teammate, and that makes for 8.
Yeah, it's another 8-4 half, like we had in both halves of the last match. His utility, as always, is basically perfect. The timing, unbelievable. And well, he'll be a big component on this defense as we look towards mid once more, as 4 players from Liquid look to challenge Apex.
Already
down to 13, and between Camo and Patty, they do seem to have the answers. Batu still trailblazing his way through the middle of the map and can leave the rest of Liquid for dust. There's only Kiko on the A site. Apex a little bit hesitant on their uptake, and Kiko acutely aware, repositioning himself.
Been able to hold on to extra space as he waits for his team to crunch in is going to be massive. The players for Apex are just caught off guard, unaware of where Liquid are coming from. And that pistol round will be a 4th in a row for Team Liquid.
Yeah, Apex find the space for themselves. They get onto the A site, but then they just don't set up the post plant at all. They're caught in transition fully. When they see that it's as empty as it was, you should be expecting a push to come in from the flank, perhaps.
One enemy
But Liquid are looking incredibly efficient right now. Coming back to what we were saying about Trex 2, we can hold on to that thought actually, because Apex have gone straight for the force buy here.
Listen, sometimes needs must in this game, and that's what Apex feel right now. 5 stingers outside of B. That spike plant would have helped there. This is going to be a fast one.
Пизда нас.
B pop into Nat.
Че он чекает?
With the
Флешку?
snake bite, no rotation
иду.
off the first prowler, but the warning lights are there, and Apex are in.
There they are.
No!
Stingers and
Я
players
говорил.
lined up here. Penny's the first one on the board, and Bova as well. That's a good look right now. It's all about the post plant though, because we know Team Liquid have failed here before.
And the B site is where you can get away with going for these pacey executions. So Apex making the absolute most out of this comp.
Да, блин. Let's go, Liquid! Let's go, Liquid!
With both of those duelists that can close the gap so quickly.
It's all about clearing in towards CT first, right? The Guardian, yeah, sure it can smack the walls, but that smoke, you need to be able to see the players first. And somehow it works out. But still, 3 more players to find for Trex here.
Oh, and it's gotten spotted ahead of time by Mulsi. Even more damage.
Find you.
Round escaping them. Apex make the force by stick.
Yeah, they do. This is what was needed to rescue them from what could have been an easy home straight for Liquid right now, right?
Yeah, and the B site, like I was saying, is the one which can be a little bit more vulnerable. But Nats just gets caught with his hands in his pockets. I don't know what was going on. Had the snake bite, but when you can sort of weave your way past it as the Neon, and Batu can just TP across.
Inside your...
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, now Apex find themselves at an economy advantage, and this is where we asked of them on Ascent to show us a good look, right? To show us them with a little bit of dominance. There's a trap play set up by Liquid.
This is where things get a little chaotic. Apex had comms issues in the first couple of weeks. Can they navigate the unsteady waters beneath them as Trax has taken away 3 bodies already? Guns to be picked up by Liquid and position to be taken from Apex. B site is open.
Yeah, the most worrisome aspect of it was a Phantom and a Vandal that was going to get picked up. Look at all the Zero though, taking that extra space, sitting in towards top mid / CT, and it will be the spammable plant that Apex go for.
The open plant for Olizera's positioning, most importantly, is the space is re-cleared. There's a trap for the flank. Most importantly for Apex, Olizera not getting caught
Here.
And being able to find his man here. As now Liquid have given up their positioning, and Apex should know. And it's even the Nightfall, just to make damn certain this one doesn't slip the net.
Yeah, this is an important round indeed. Well, still don't think Apex are out of the woods just yet, but with that kill, you would expect now Apex can easily trade down. And with time so low, this will be 6. But it's about how much guns, or how many guns can actually get out of this. And unfortunately, that ace will be denied. Absolutely nothing.
Почему он не дал смог?
The slate is wiped clean. And nobody on Apex is left to tell the tale of how they managed to get.
У него уже 2 смока было, почему он дал 1?
The Stinger's on the other side. Well, the Stinger picked up through Trex's classic.
Yeah, it was a tough fight, but this is again we look towards the important part, a big swing round between these two in the economy once again, just to highlight.
And while Mulsi doesn't have his Nightfall, Trex most certainly will. Liquid layering the smokes towards bottom middle. This is the main functionality of the composition. It's very difficult to get past until the later round if you can't bleed that utility from the defenders.
Bring them down.
But Apex looking to give a go of it here. You really need Batu to be flashing out of this smoke if you want to take the space.
Yeah, I think Apex are happy with just safe passage across to the A side of the map, which worries me because if you give so much space, and I mean, you look towards B main, they're already looking to clear that out as well. Right now, this to me looks like Liquid have all the information that they need.
Smoke being held, but the util ready to go from Apex. Set execution, Kiko blinded, trying to TP out, but it's Trex 10 toes down, fighting under the arch and now onto the side.
Nice.
Gets a second. It's Penny will be ever the equalizer though, and Camo's
Бля.
it's a lost cause in the retake.
Yeah, that's a disaster. Camille trying to be a little bit cheeky, play in front of the retake. One versus one that didn't need to be given away. Apex now will be within 2 if Nats doesn't clutch up.
Back on their feet in this map. The series to follow it, perhaps. That's that they're up against. Aussie spots him. The plant is cutely in the corner, so the molly means that they'll have to try and rush around. There's nobody elbow side. He has the full range of the team, the target-rich environment in his crosshair, but no Apex can give to us.
I need this.
And in B main,
My thanks.
you are seeing that.
Yes.
Pico laying up the paranoia. Trek's the only rifle. He'll be away from this.
Here. I have retrieved the spike.
But Apex are deep with this push coming in.
Yeah, playing safe and well with that. Or being held and the trap also being destroyed. You'll know that there's at least 2 players towards a B main at the moment.
And it's a small win for Liquid because they've got the orb, of course, and they've broken the trap as well. So Apex have to be a little more concerned with the backline. Olazera is still holding on to one in his pocket.
I don't know about this, Cam. Is that just to hold on for a little gap through mid?
Yeah, I think so. Oh my god, that's disgusting. Kiko's been spotted, his calf has stretched around the corner.
Horrible.
Batu's trying to create pressure on A. This is a fake from Apex. Yeah, looking to see if they can catch Camo.
Yeah.
In the meantime, but the rotation through spawn is a late one, and there's a fight about to go down.
Yeah, but does Camel get cleared in this corner? It doesn't look likely. As Kiko's distracted with a sheriff shot through mid, onto the side plant, they try
НТ, жаль, ТП нет.
Camel still keeps Liquid ahead. It has been equalised at the moment, and the late
30
push
seconds left.
back through the retake from main. It's been notified by Apex.
It's a full distraction for Nats to take his timing here. Batu got a body shot on one player, but Liquid still think there's another flank coming in.
Nats, well, he's going to be played in by the Dizzy.
Nice!
He gets one, but Kiko is the one who
Сука,
takes
пожажа! У него там так мало хп.
CT.
А у второго пистолет.
No, it seems to be the case as Patty tries to clear it.
Бля.
He gets met with lead in the face. Kiko is low, but his first bullet accuracy has been unbelievable through this stage. Onto the spike. Using his own
Smoke's about to expire though.
Yeah, but it's fine.
Настейко, Джиу!
That first bullet accuracy I spoke about, and he wins out, making a double digits for Liquid.
It's so well played by Kiko, but for Penny, he almost has to have that mental timing and know that rushing things wasn't the way to play it with the plant set up for him. Liquid with a huge eco that they end up winning, and it all started from taking the B main space. Camo getting a heads up so early in the round, and the shots next level.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Danny with his head in his hands, knowing that a player which he helped scout and bring into the VCT ecosystem could now be the one to kick them over the ledge. Huge gun round between both teams, but Apex have a stockpile of ults that they want to try and let rip. Liquid closing in on 3 of their own. So again, this mid-warfare taking place as Penny does spot Camo.
Yeah, and the timing's insane. Avova still not caught though, and Camo will get a glimpse before he's taken out, and Avova able to escape.
Who's next?
Batu having a little look around the B site. Apex can't execute off this just yet, hasn't spotted Nats in the tower. This timing's about to get weird, and Nats will remove Avova from the situation. It's another Apex oversight.
Yeah, but look at Batu, he's taking extra space.
I mean, he's been there the whole damn time, but so has Nats. And with Patatek in support, it's Apex's worst nightmare.
Nice.
Investments made to a round which doesn't now best suit them. No player to escape, no surrender. Liquid with 11 and closing in on their playoff spot.
And that's the big part, right? It is really that home run now. A little blip in terms of proceedings. That's ridiculous.
How has he got away with that?
But how has Evolver not just moved his mouse round? That has to be extremely frustrating.
He's back!
He's behind you. Yeah, it's another one of those situations. En français?
I believe so, mate. I believe so. Je ne sais pas.
Petit quoi? A little bit? I don't know, anyway. Yeah, it's a weird one too, because it says he was released from Apex, but that was just the length of the contract,
yeah,
right, per year. That's how challengers can be. Making them pay for it right now. Penny will be looking to do the same. Patty mid-reload. It's a horror show. And a gun given back to the rest of the team if Penny doesn't want to just expire this ult, which looks like he might be.
Yeah, Liquid is going to be really late. And look at this, Apex trying to take more space.
Brilliant job at it. Looking through the warehouse at the back of B.
But look at where Liquid are trying to make their approach from.
Ball and Link, and there's 2 traps set up. So clear the first, okay, that's fine. But are they gonna expect the second? Managed to break through it now already as Nats is still biding his time on the other side, knowing that he's shouldering a lot of the weight of this attack side. Reveal comes in, Liquid full. It's only Nats now. Did the best job that he could to just play the patient game, but the rest of Liquid couldn't hold up their end of the bargain, and it's a pay safe card, Thrifty, exactly what the dogs are ordered for Apex.
Yeah, and
the like.
That's another, I can't believe it's another swing run for Liquid.
It is, and so they will not shy away from putting their money where their mouth is.
Well, they need to, because if they lose this, we're within 1.
They are indeed. That's what you would expect,
yeah,
in terms of the round count. We have seen a few eco Thrifty rounds already.
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't count Liquid out, considering the way that this game's been going.
But Batu is cognizant of it. You can see he has the Outlaw, and first player forwards in A, just trying to make as much noise as possible. Camo's still fighting through mid, but we've already crossed the minute mark, and we've hit a watershed moment for Apex. They have a decision to make. It looks like this A site double down.
They want to go and re-clear mid, though. That Cam getting shot out is a little bit worrying. And it seems if they're going to commit to this re-clear mid,
But you've still got to take a site. Are they seriously heading towards B here? The mid wall breaks out. Bova gets a couple, 30 seconds now, and Mulsi with another. It's back to A they go.
Yeah, and this is Kiko's site as well. We know how good he's been. Can he hold the test of the execution coming through?
Has 2 TPs and his opponent smoke to play around, but can't
Пиздец.
find the shots. And Nats is out
Сейви,
of the
сейви,
question.
сейви. Ну это бред, блядь. Что вы делаете? Ой-ой-ой.
Apex will scoop up
Чел в опене стоит и...
Money in the pockets. If Apex really wanted to, they could go hunting.
Ой, бля, чел в опене начинает ломать. Смотри, посмотри, где ты, бля. Что ты делаешь? Ну почему на 30 секундах не зачилиться было? Ну я не знаю. Куда вы его верхушите? Объясните, пожалуйста. Нахуя вот это было 3? Уже было где-то 30 секунд. Все, что вам нужно было, вернуться через А, пойти мид, укрепить немножко А, укрепить и по большему счету Б. Все. Все. Либо отойти на мид. Ну, то есть вот так вот отойти, и все. Нет. Окей, Каму, у него бы ган... Все равно, не знаю, мне не нравится. Да что ты...
We saw how many times he was playing that wall with the Odin, but the Outlaw wallbang's just as good.
Yeah, Batu just warned by the Dizzy coming through. Trying to explore B is punished for it.
That's also Nat spotted. They know it's the rifle.
Yeah, and now Kiko potentially to be reprimanded for his aggression, but it's up against Olizera. There's 2 players here. The Dizzy goes out, and Patty gets his. But he'll get upgraded to a rifle as well. A 4 versus 2. with 2 rifles that Liquid can use. It's just how quickly they can get towards A and how many 1 versus 1s they'll be gifted.
There's a wall for Nats to walk out here. He's effectively up against it. No, but he drops it and wants to fight. He's denied the spike and played Patty into a 3 versus 1.
And now Apex, do they doubt where Patty comes from? Definitely not, because they know exactly where he's coming from now.
And he doesn't have the wingman either to get the defuse, so it's a tenuous situation. B? No, it is a default, it is a default.
Yeah, take your time, find out the information. The Scooby-Doo round, as we call it. Spread out and look for clues.
Makes you wonder, if the Apex players could hear the coaches, how much better would they be? I don't know, sorry, no, I'm doing conspiracies again. No,
if I had someone else playing on my account, I'd be a higher rank.
Fine, no, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. If it was just calls like that, whatever. Forget, no, it's fine. Oh, you haven't hit the mute button this time, but you're laughing.
Mate, no.
Finally, afraid to show your true colours, okay. All the while, Camo has an operator towards A, and for Apex, knowing how quickly they can dive into a site, Eco also just giving the little heads up here.
Camo has no TP out of this. He has to play for the gunfight.
Utility looked decent. The fake out that heads through the smoke as Apex are prioritizing this open yard side plant again.
30 seconds left.
And Liquid haven't challenged it, so straight into a 5v5.
But in this retake, it's skewed to Liquid's favor. 2 really important ults. First dimensional drift. Spots both duelists, Trex right behind it. Faction to supplement, but there is no support. No hope right now. As Liquid look for that second wave of engage, the wingman goes out. And time is starting to wear thin. Liquid needing the jewels out in the open space. They're open air to win it. But between Penny and Batu, is there nothing that they can't do? Kiko by himself, and Avova puts him to rest. 11-all, we've reached a tied game. We have half buy from Liquid.
Блять.
Rifle in the mix in the hands.
Блять, что вы делаете? Какой мид с говноганами? Ну какой мид с говноганами? Ну объясни, пожалуйста. Без брони, без всего. Идем в мид. Почему бы и нет? Реально. Почему бы и нахуй и нет? Так ГГ.
To get his hands dirty, but Apex have rolled up their sleeves and found the necessary rounds to bring this back from the brink. 12 is just waiting for them now.
Oh, Nats will give this a go with the sheriff in hand.
Бля, ребята, вы не должны 12-12 играть каждый раз с АПК, блядь, с апексами. Ну это тупость, блядь.
The odds are pretty high. Penny closing.
Decent against it.
Блять, пожалуйста, не пикай ты ёбаный мид, пожалуйста. Ни Трекс, ни Хуекс, ни Шпекс, блять, пожалуйста. Заебали просто, отдаются на миду. Каждый раз, блять.
Something thrown in the pot in the direction of mid.
Yeah, Liquid being really aggressive, or not aggressive, but proactive, right? They've taken that mid space away from Apex. This is going to allow them mid-rounding to be so much easier for them.
Looks like this might be the round where Apex decide to change things up though and go for the B play.
The only thing is, there's going to be an option for Liquid now to be come right round on the flank, right? So Apex need to be quick here.
Дай ты хотя бы
just outside of the audible range of Patatech, so he's
ГГ?
not given the info.
Кажется, ГГ. Если Камо сейчас не начнет троих хотя бы не убьет. Куда? Ой, ну куда? Кика, давай, пожалуйста. ГГ. Финальный раунд, дай ульту.
Want to. Liquid are fully coming in from Link, and there's a crossfire.
ГГ.
But it's how does Liquid dismantle that, right? They've not got flashes. There's going to have to be a wingman to clear close. And Batu gets rid of Patty. This is looking like it. This is looking like Apex can send us to map 3 on Lotus. But not if Trex can clutch up 9 bullets in the chain.
Антенну. Пиздец. Нахуй вот это вот что, блядь, было? Зачем? Почему вы стояли втроем? Почему каждый раз стоите втроем мид и выходите с говнопозиции? Ну, типа... Какое же дерьмо я вижу. Уберите Гека нахуй. Пускай Патитик будет на Вайпер опять. И пускай Нац будет на Сайфере. Или на ёбаный Вайс. Я не знаю, ну потому что ну это пиздец какой-то реально. Я не вижу, чтобы Гека давал какое-то прям преимущество огромное. Ну да, заплентить это вау. Но вы до сайта не доходите иногда, чаще. Да, когда вы доходите, он, ну окей, да, мы заплентили, но с помощью Гека окей. То есть, не знаю, такое себе. Плюс какие-то три мид стоите постоянно, и в опене уничтожаете глаз Фейт, когда понятно, что под него будут пушить, но я не понимаю, Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой. Потому что 30 секунд осталось, вам надо просто зачилиться. Можно просто в сайт уйти. Что-то сделать. Я не знаю, ну можно... Ну нет, мы стоим мид, деремся за говно. Ну я не знаю, мне не нравится.
Up against the stoic leader on the other side, knowing the task that is at hand to keep their chances of survival.
Это и худшая карта, если чё.
Side begins with a knife
Худшая карта.
searing through the center of the map. Two players revealed on B from the Liquid side.
Ну если чё, ну просто так. Это худшая карта для ликвидов. Перл и вот это.
This is what has always been the good look for them on Ascent, remember? When they got to default, when they got to look, and that's big information from Camel as his TP was about to expire.
It's like Peter Parker getting a good photo of Spider-Man swinging through the air, snaps 3 players they know. Mesh goes up though, and it's a B split, a very well coordinated one from Apex.
Yeah, and Liquid have allowed this to happen, that nade just denying Trex any space, and he's been brought very low, and Apex get brought into post.
So a health pool advantage, and one for space if you're Apex right now. Hobbit control is what they've got, the cam towards grass as well, both of the sentinel bits of util. The one gap that they have to account for is towards Waterfall and main.
Team Liquid have done well to hold on to that, and Batu stuck between no man's land and Olizera waiting to activate.
Nuts!
I mean, Nuts just holding on to it.
Nuts!
Allowed for a chance, but that chance is fleeting. That's now 5 pistol rounds in a row for Team Liquid.
And Liquid.
Ребята, расстреляйтесь, пожалуйста, я молю, блядь, Блядь, пожалуйста, только Кама стрелял. И Кейка иногда с Патитиком. Все. Иногда.
This was the acrobatic camo, who did really well to pressure the extremity as you're expecting from Berofu. And this was the last map in their opening series against Koi. And for Apex, the other week against KC, going opposite ways.
Nice patience, boys. Nice retail. Nice planning. Finally.
Finally.
As much as I said before that anyone on Liquid can come up with something, the plan has worked this time.
Yeah. Team Liquid, all their forces on the other side of the map from Apex at the moment.
And while Penny gets an AWP here, Trex also went and picked up
Мне не нравится эта стена убогая, блядь.
Of the Nightfall, when you head into that bonus round then for Liquid, they want to try and keep it as clean as possible.
Блядь, нас пожалуйста.
Activated, and so is all the utility that was on the C side.
This is the one opportunity that Apex are going to get.
Ну это же не ранчик, но они не побегут как дебилы. Ну ёб твою мать, ну что это за стена? Ее супер легко затриггерить, потому что никто ее не чекает. Блин. Ладно. Окей, но на бае это могло все. Просто сейчас не бай, вот и все. А так могло все очень плохо. То есть прикол вот этой стенки от бокса в том, что чуваку надо пройти очень близко. И он должен опасаться вот этой позиции, вот той позиции, вот этой позиции, вот этой позиции. А вот эту стенку ты просто подходишь и триггеришь. В чем это прикол этой стены? Мне интересно просто. Вот в чем? То есть в чем прикол вот этой стены? Потому что он не сможет так близко подойти и типа пикнуть. Все, то есть вот это весь прикол, но он может ее затриггерить, и весь ее потенциал как бы теряется. Вот ну, тут же он делает стену, которая очень опасна, да, то есть ему надо и подойти. То есть на А-то он делает стену, которая опасна для врага, а на С он делает стену, которая, ну, просто, ну, посередине. Ну, что? Это второй раз я вижу. Или третий, какой раз? Я не понимаю, я литерали не понимаю. Я просто не понимаю заготовку. Под что она? Просто под инфу собрать? Ну а зачем? Что, зачем она?
Challenge on C-Mount. Yeah. Three players strong, and there's also Kiko on the door if they want to go for it. Not Kiko, sorry, it's Pathetic.
Great paranoia to set up the horn, but just can't bend the bullets around the corner, can Pathetic. Apex now heading towards A, but this is the reaction that Liquid want. It's straight into their Sentinel.
Yeah, straight into the setup.
Бля, чуть пораньше бы и убил.
By the paranoia, but nobody through tree. Still a little bit of delay. And not checking from that.
No! No! Спасибо, мама!
Are able to capitalize for the max.
Spike already on B though. Apex can take this one step further and reach the C site if they want. Avova is late to leave A, and that looks like what it's going to be. A waterfall walk, but Kiko can be catching.
Ай, куда ты меня тратишь?
So much pressure put on Apex needlessly.
Он, может, думал, что будет стоять. Ладно, это нормально. Это нормально, на самом деле. Если просто подумать логически. Окей, играет в мейне, и тут все зависит от нас. Все. Все зависит от этой схватки. Найс! Так, не троллить! Найс! Найс! Блять, ну...
His best won't be enough. Opponent's conversion. Another great Team Liquid start.
Another great, very well worked round from them as well. The little set piece sand to put Nats in a position of power on site. Well, Azera doesn't get the most from his excursion, and then into the later stages of the round, Mulsi is there solo, not knowing which way to look. Apex fighting a war on both fronts.
Там простреливается.
You can only credit Liquid though, they did everything right.
Let's go.
Наконец-то, Никита, давай!
Another A play once again by Liquid.
Никита, блядь, пожалуйста! Я верю в тебя. Ты же так хорошего Виталика себя показывал. Пожалуйста.
Liquid Apex can provide a bit of resistance to Liquid in this round.
They've taken the early control, and ever since Liquid added the fades to their composition, I mean, hell, ever since we've seen them start to pick it up in stage 1, Lotus has looked so much better for them. They've lost every single one of their Masters games on it so far, though. 3 out of 3. Even despite the almost comeback from 11-1 down correct.
Смотри, ее просто забайтят. Оп, а нет. О, окейчка. И сейчас будет no command. Не ретейкнешь. Сейчас no command. Убей! Найс! Да, бля, еби! Найс! Найс!
Apex at the moment, mowing through them in these retake situations. And that is frustrating for Apex, especially more so compounded by the fact that Batu was still alive with all of the deadlock utility. And that's the strength of this composition. Making your post plants.
Ну, блядь, это защита, у них 2 центика.
Back with the old lineup, sort of since last year, Lotus has always been a really great map for them.
У них 2 центика, это проблемы.
Here comes the timeout. Their hopes live and die by 4 successful retakes for Liquid. That is the story that we have to tell here. And yeah, how effective Batu's going to be with this deadlock, and even Olazera as well in his traps in post.
Straight, fast, direct. Sometimes that's when you need pace changing. It worked for Apex on the last map of Roads.
The Thorns are going to stall out most of the side, and when Nat is in the corner, yet to be cleared, Liquid converge, they clamp down on the B play. Nothing getting past that first line of defense.
Yeah, I don't think anything's getting past Liquid now.
Nice. Ну, блядь, это защита, она на таки, это будет пиздец.
It's not just Batu though, it needs to be Olazera as well. We saw how good he looked.
Не, гениальная идея, у тебя чё? Пизду, короче. Граната была гениальная.
Coming into this team, it's where you wanted to see him playing at his best. Another player to even highlight would also, of course, be Penny. He's had a very slow start to this map, where he was tearing Liquid apart on Corrode.
Yeah, I think as well, like Olazera, just as a player and his playstyle, very individualistic. Just the way that he works through, right? He's always going to be taking those 50-50 gunfights. Maybe gunfights not in his favour.
But we're into the next rifle round though, and Penny investing the
В этой флешке есть проблема. То есть она нормальная, но в то же время, если здесь еще будет стоять, то его не флешнет, например, то есть в отличие от этой. Хотя, ну ладно, короче, здесь всегда угол. Окей, у него такая флешка.
Moved a player further up the field if they've inserted one. They have. It's elsewhere though. It's B main and it's Olazera dead.
Yeah, as the map gets closer and smaller and smaller, the push gets closer and closer. Apex needs to start to move the pace up a little bit.
And they can't go.
Может, отойдете под ретейк, под ульту Вайс? Сыграете, нет? А нет, и кажется, идеально. Они будут ждать Натса с ультой.
Very shortly. And Team Liquid again, I've got plenty of time to come up with a plan and be calm about it.
There is a little bit of both senses, and with the null command invested, keeping Liquid honest for just a moment.
Bam, slightly hitting.
And a big fight happening towards Upper as well. If Apex can win that with their plant, they might just have a chance.
Yeah, Camo is that player that is going to be taking the fight, but there's also going to be an ultimate invested to steal Garden. It's all up to the classics and the pistols. Essentially becomes a thrifty round, an anti-eco, which Liquid look to bat away once more.
Nice.
The defuse coming through, there's no chance Penny can even get close.
That's just a whirlwind. And Apex are swept away as it's another successful retake. You look at the situation there, they really wanted to entertain that fight with Camo, but he was having none of it. The round started off brilliantly for Liquid with their proactivity. They just realized that they can isolate Olazera there because they've spotted him playing individually, as you mentioned, a few times now. And it was just not considered by Apex. They've been forced into another reaction, which is unfavorable for them.
Leading from the front, Nats now 12-1, by the way, just to note. And Apex feel as if it's not working out whatsoever. Trying from different angles, trying different pace changes. Everything being countered by Team Liquid at the moment.
Where are you?
We've seen them come back from a deficit, but this one
Nice.
shall continue to grow. 7 rounds queued up unless Mulsi can curate something divine. It's just not happening. Kiko putting a stop to things. Another in-zone flawless for Liquid.
I wonder how many it's been so far in this map alone, right? And how many more it could possibly be. It just feels as if right now Team Liquid are just full of confidence, and this is this type of end to a series where you've maybe struggled a little bit and won. It's the little cherry on the ice cream, perhaps.
Yeah. More of a flake man myself, but I get it.
A gunfight.
It's also more so that right now, if you have that vice wall in the middle of the map, if Apex don't do anything about it, it's a very quick rotation for Liquid, safe in the knowledge that they do have a shorter path from either side. And this time, it's Camo on an extremity with the operator, playing in sand, affording that rotation to move even further towards the A site where Apex are setting up.
I find it very funny as well that the one map that Apex have moved away from double duelist is the map that right now they're not doing too great on. Nice entry from Camo.
Патитику повезло.
That was out on C main.
Сиди, бля, в дереве, сиди.
And Patty even living through the spam there as
Молись, чтобы второй раз не стрельнули.
Heading into a hopeless A execute.
Бля, второй раз стрельнули.
Done by Liquid. They have to win some of these fights now. That's the last chance. And the final hope for Apex.
Трекс-чан! Ну Camo поймаю!
Time and time again that he can do it, that he can frag out when needed, but he needs to get that spike back, and both players are ready for this.
The Molly's not going to quite cut off the play. Camo's in with the ult.
Let's go, bro! Unlucky, он Патити unlucky. Он стоял, его раз прострелили, он правильно сделал, он стоял до талого, но они решили еще раз пострелять. Что поделать? Что поделать? Постреляли еще раз. Ничего не поделать. Здесь не... Раз постреляли, два постреляли. Гандоны. Хорош, Никита. Я полностью на себя байтил, стрелял, убивал. А сейчас... I got full spam, да, блядь. Не просто full, double time full. Раз постреляли, отжали, выжил, все good. Второй раз, уяк, и все равно постреляли. Потому что чел специально стрелял, флешил мне. Нет. Сейчас флешка, да, моменталка?
It's just Camo towards the C extremity. There's even going to be an ultimate invested by Avova, and Camo's sticking around.
Stuck the ult, but you can see the timid nature of the Apex players as they're walking, treading on thin ice. Having site control and a very deep deadlock wall, which was thrown over the top, but double flank is an issue. What's the reaction from Apex?
You say it's a double flank, but there's also Nats coming through the door, right? Ollie's Zera in the corner.
Расстрел.
Down, but still holding fast. Camo at the other end, though, is managing to chip away Apex numbers. Ollie's Zera not clear, finally is. And well, there is one player clear the ultimate.
Let's go, bro! Nice, not two!
9 in a row for Team Liquid. This is looking sensational.
Yeah, and it's also complete mirrors.
В плане использования ульты нас очень хорош. То есть тот же Лиш иногда такую хуйню делает с ультой. Но стенка мне все равно не нравится на С. Я не знаю, зачем она.
Got Camo out of that one.
Yeah, but who needs to when you've got that much money in the back of your pocket, right?
Yes, so. And Trex also hasn't died yet, by the way, so. Just making sure he stays with the best possible KD ratio. Well, it keeps growing series to series, match to match, and so does Team Liquid's strength. It seems like the timing's insane. Nats can't quite find a second though, so we still keep things all even. And Kiko wants to try and push this a little bit further. Cheeky. Yeah, we've got Penny here with a showstopper. This might be it's missed, and Liquid just get absolutely everything going their way. Apex in the red again.
One enemy remaining.
As between Avova and Olazera, there is nothing to be said of them in this round. Like a deer into headlights.
Куда?
Liquid should have this.
Куда?
I mean, they should, right? There's no way Olazera has a chance at this.
They shouldn't. The setup is there. Camo's the only one showing face, but when this smoke expires, he should duck behind the box, and there you go.
Yeah, playing off Kiko's contact. Trek's also hiding as well. But they don't even need it. They don't even need
О, 16-4, Nats. Easy.
Scarily close to a scoreline which Apex themselves will be familiar with for different reasons. We'll just have to keep tracking it as it goes. That was a full invest to get Guardians. Cairo. Yeah, that is the dire state of affairs that Apex have found themselves in. So this is the penultimate round of the half and Sheriffs.
If I had a penny for every time Ascension team was able to give me hope, I would have 4 pennies.
And all of them were from Gentleman. 5 pennies if you count this one.
Yeah, true.
He has been a shining light in the performances so far. The Wolves bought a lot of time for Batu in terms of getting the plant in. Nats has done a brilliant job through proxy.
Apex are trying to take extra space, but they're going straight into Kiko's ultimate, and yet easily dealt with. The Sheriffs have been a good look, so have the Thrifties in previous maps, but on Lotus everything has been falling apart, and it looks...
Кама тоже просто проснулся, он начинает крутиться как тварь, когда он проснулся. Максимально. Awakening.
There's nothing perfect about this unless you're talking about Team Liquid. They have not missed once in this map, and they continue.
Нет, ну куда ты отпустил?
Why does it come off the spike? He nearly had it diffused.
He's still not gone for it.
Olazera so low, he's playing with the time, playing with Kiko, knowing that this is his chance.
Ты чё? Нахуй ты отпустил?
And that'll be a Red Bull clutch for Apex.
Нахуй ты отпустил?
Apex are in the door. It was heroics required. Liquid going through the motions, doing the same kind of things we've seen from them up until this point. Containing Apex, making it difficult, and Olazera take a bow. It might just be a highlight for now.
Nice! We won.
Or it could be the start of something new we have not often seen.
Catch them.
Yeah, I remember there was a time when Apex used to dish out 13-0s, like dishing out hot dinners.
Yeah, they did.
A long time ago.
They were adding teams to the club.
У меня вопрос. А где вторые шипы?
We're not going to see
1400. Где вторые шипы? Где вторые шипы? Одни шипы. Где вторые шипы? 1400. Где вторые шипы?
Looking to create an opener here. It's Multi with a quick
Bля.
has the ult held in his hands, waiting to find Camo, but
Где вторые шипы?
Apex are set up. This is their best chance they've had so far this map to get around, really.
Yeah, I mean, as well as that, buying a little bit extra time so that the spike can be planted in the correct spot, but it's been planted safe, so Apex need to play on the site, and they do. They're fighting right through it. Patty Tech, well, he's pushed all the way back into Olazera, and Apex will be doubling up the road count.
Yeah, Liquid's approach there kind of played into Apex hands with the positions that they had. Olazera late look. Apex denied the 13-0. 4 of those collected in their time through challenges, but this is a different beast.
Мне не понравилось.
25 minutes
Последние два
in,
раунда были очень...
Liquid looking to speed run
Ну
their
ладно.
way through.
Предпоследний был... Окей.
Camo up the guts and Kiko to lead the charge. The first nail in the coffin of Apex.
Camo finding another as well. This is looking very difficult. Again, Apex have struggled in pistol rounds and continue to do so. Team Liquid, I mean, indomitable in this map. And they're hunting the last remaining player of all his era.
And now, that is going to be every single one.
Над Кородом надо очень поработать. Реально, то, что они очень часто просто втроем мид играют, это, конечно, прикольно, все интересно, но не очень. Я бы понимаю, если бы у них был сентик, да, типа Вайс. Ну, какая-нибудь ранняя инфа бы была, но... Кород мне не нравится. Мне компоновка не нравится. Гека тоже не то, чтобы показал себя на атаке прям. Ни на атаке, ни на защите не показал себя как-то незаменимо. Ой-ой-ой. Куда? Куда? Гейка! Ну куда? Ладно, ты стрелять умеешь, но все равно, ну... Где говна была бы, если бы они вчетвером опять сидели?
Good trade though. Yeah, that's decent. That's a Guardian to be picked up. Spike going down and Kiko looking for extra space towards heaven.
And this is huge because the plant is open. There is no one to challenge from upper yet. Mulsi just about starting to make his way around the stairwell. It's the knife instead that confirms.
Bля.
Blinded up. I'm over with another. Trading out Kiko. And down to the last two. Patty, Phantom in hand. The spray. Is this how it ends? Is this how Liquid take 12? It absolutely is. You can bet your house on it. A Red Bull clutch. 10 rounds the difference. And Apex feeling 10 tons of force on the backs of their neck.
And they've been 10 times better than their opponents. And that is now 10 chances at being able to send themselves
I told you it's your round, but I said that before.
To playoffs.
Liquid are looking playoffs bound now, and they've managed to do it in style as well. Albeit against an Apex side which carry the weight of the expectations on their shoulders to simply survive this group stage. Of Over and Mulsi, the ones who have been there since the beginning of last year.
Он ульту заюзал, чтобы уйти.
For a little bit longer, but still, rifles in the hands of the attack.
Да.
There is still a chance to go elsewhere, but when they do, there's some deep traps that all these eras been able to place.
It's going to make that coverage a little bit more difficult if Traps were to even send one prowler, it wouldn't suffice. The knife again reconfirming player presence from Mulsi.
They're just trying to chuck away as many as those guns.
And that's what you've got to do, because look at Apex's money. Even if you win this, okay, Olazera and Batu are still on heavy shields, but the money is barely there. They had to force the previous.
30 seconds
start
left.
To make their way through the trips now. And Apex still haven't moved from that C round spot. They want to try and re-aggress for the guns. Obviously they won't be there, but that's going to create a delay on the A site.
Olazera just needs to hold his nerve, not overstep, and make the most of the camera that he has. A little more time bought by the Vice Wall. Liquid knowing that there is nowhere safe on the map for them right now.
Still dependable, sits next to Hobbit door, and that's the
Нас
captain.
умирает.
Low
Спекает.
on health and yet to be cleared, but it's Mr. Dependable first. Nats not being checked, being cleared. Nats now finally being caught out. And Team Liquid's relegated to a poor buy. Interestingly enough, though, Kiko does have a judge in hand. If he can blast back his way onto the B side, this could be a very explosive one to try and break open the map.
Oh, Mulsi goes for the clone though. Target selection plays against his hand, but Penny is there and Avova as well. Liquid just diving straight in with a lot of pace, but not quite the precision they would have been hoping for. Apex stepping up to a 4. Hope dies last, and Nats dies last as well. He's always started better when the
goes here.
jersey was showing.
Yeah, that's true. Ultimate simply for Team Liquid.
This goes here.
That will be the deciding factor in this round.
Yeah, and this is something we were mentioning a lot with the mates conversation as well. Just set up your end game. What's your win condition? This is around a true full investment. There's no other way to put it.
100%, and not only that, Trex 2 away from his Nightfall, so an orb and a plant, and you've got 3 ultis to play with.
Plenty of footfall, A bound as Olizera plays off site with the setup. Trap's not yet hit, Eco just clearing, but into upper they go. Both of the duelists on the Liquid side.
5 here for Apex as well. And look at Olizera and Nats, they're so close to one another. Sorry, that was just a map that's caught me off guard. No, it's not. Now Apex through heaven, through stairs, they try and get.
Если тебя не убивает, он сразу ультует.
Trying to use his sheriff, trying to use what has been working for him before. Now the Phantom in hand, the primary's online and doing well with it, keeping themselves ahead. Or Apex, this retake looks good. Trex trying to deny, trying to push Liquid to playoffs, but denied.
Подойди, у тебя кейка контролит вот это, подойди сюда. Вот тут надо ульту отсюда было давать. Да, и тогда бы...
But it's also one step at a time, and from Liquid, you want to see a more professional performance, and an exhibition perhaps in how to close out Lotus.
Could you imagine if a Ascension promoted team were on the other end of a comeback rather than that being what Gentlemates have been receiving? Liquid are getting the direct route to A site, and that spike will be going down.
These stingers are incredibly scary in this position, especially with Trex's Nightfall. Gonna see Apex put through the tenderizer, but the reveal is nice. The ult doesn't land for Batu, but he's done his job.
All of Apex seem to have at this moment in time, and they'll deal with a force buy. Well, have the big equalizer that you were speaking about, and that's the no command.
And we've got to be looking at Mulsi on these rounds as well, and his utility. Bringing the KO to Lotus does feel like an older take on the situation, that's for sure. Using the sensor against his own teammate, but Avova finds the spear now blunted. The rest of Liquid look to collapse on the side.
Yeah, but so does the rest of Apex. All the bodies are here, ready for it, as the bodies come out. Trex, who looks to send Liquid to playoffs.
2v1.
Пожалуйста, выиграйте.
Can Olizera do it?
He's gone past though. And they just have no idea. Trex is open on the angle and Olizera's denied it.
1 versus 1, spike down.
And it's Kiko of all players.
Я пошел на.
Serving his time in 2023. Unable to ascend himself against Olizera. The newest face into the Apex lineup to keep them going. For one more round, which could turn into so many more. He has the Cypher set up on A. That's where Kiko plants his feet. Hands are busy. Spike goes in.
30 seconds left.
Most importantly, for Olizera coming back in, there's a cam.
How much information is he able to pick up from it, though? He's now noted it's an open plant. Kiko playing from tree. Time ticks away. It could be the final grains of sand hitting the bottom of the hourglass for Apex's campaign here if Olizera can't make the move. Kiko waits in tree, on the line. Diffuse inside the cage. The bullet's not hitting. Olazera gets it half. He has the info. Second tap, no time. Kiko playing it down to the wire. There's not going to be it's Kiko to send them over the ledge. At long last, Liquid are in playoffs.
A new look, a new addition.
Спасибо, что Трекс расстрелялся в третьей карте. Спасибо.
And put themselves with a great chance of getting the chance. We already knew that with the performances and the appearances they've made this year, but it gets even sweeter, even closer to being able to finally enter into the
Ой, ну что, на ягодиц Team Liquid. Бро, еще б на очке, бля. Лого.
Which might just have done it. It's definitely sealed their fate in terms of championship points. But with Fnatic still left to play amongst Koi, another rival of theirs at the side of the table, it's a frustrating one to see go. Liquid on the other side, plenty of positives to take from them today. The road to Paris seems to get shorter and shorter.
Надо чинить. Если, ну блин, если вас даже такая команда на короде въебет так, на быстрых выпадах, то что будет, когда вас будет дёрки ебать? Ну, типа, или в каяк. Что будет с кайком? Типа, может, ну, еретики так не будут, наверное, играть прям часто, но дёрки будет так играть. Может начать так играть. Каяк будет играть очень быстро. Типа, я не знаю. Может начать. Не знаю, такое себе. Корот пока что так себе. Против КС, вообще похуй. О, 4000 приебалось. Класс. Кадры проебанные. Что случилось? И чего, почему?
Угу. Чего так не уверен? Жрат, капец, хочу в КС-ку, дайте в КС-ку. Есть такое? Честно? Верим? Верим.
Нет.
Как не будешь играть? Не боишься? Как нехуй. У тебя же это был термомануч. Похуй. Ну ты его катал, у тебя есть? Нет. Ну ты уверен, короче, в себе, правильно? Да. У него будет 30 вроде. Сколько? Когда ты на саппорте? 10. Помогаешь Ване Вейку набить 30. Да. Он бы мне так и пойдет сказать. Нет. 7 вроде так и будет. Вон, смотри, Владочку принеси. Не трогать, нельзя прикасаться к нему, иначе не выиграешь. Дальше что в моем рюкзаке? Шедевр MacBook. Днем катать будешь, до места клавы. А ты все с тем же ковриком. Леня, он новый все взял. Лук это хороший лук. Apple сижите. Что ты рекламил зажал? Яблоки. Просто я? Нет, ты очень серьезный. Нет. Ты очень серьезный. Нет. Я тебя таким серьезным никогда не видел. Нет, нет, не а. Чего орешь-то? Нет. Не ори. Как у тебя перед играми разминка обычно, что ты делаешь? Вот чем я занимаюсь. Ты не подаешь, что стреляешь по времени? То есть сколько стреляешь? 30 минут? То есть смотрите, интересно. Обычно у ребят столы очень низко стоят. Ну, Ваня, он наоборот, поставлен высоко. И очень интересный факт.
составе мы команда, которая на протяжении всего года выходили в плей-офф. Давайте, Ваня, покажем пример, как это делается. Будем едины на сервере, едины в тимспике, поэтому давайте как единое целое зайдем и проведем качественную. Окей? Да. Тимспик!
Я даже не помню, что у меня за картинки. Я раньше собирал много картинок всяких разных прикольных. Сейчас я Бибу забил. Есть что-нибудь прикольное? Ой. Понял. Есть. Пойти в одно место. Нет. Классно. Это что? Лить. Лить. Удалить.
Doing so well, but it's just these lower by tested. Why not back to B? Even so, I watch get caught as well because they line up, don't beat them from B. Where the works in his favour, and he will find three. They possibly can both players. Worse for where Molotov comes in. It's a bit too deep. However, Vadiman's on six. Cool the cucumber. Oh, really close here, but he just. Valentini meanwhile has his play throw across to get Youngster's head. Oh, but he got smoke ammo. He should be caught. Shoot. A wild aggressive move, especially late round. Got to make a move. If you want to actually trim hit to doing anything here. Shiro posted. LNC just misses, but he does get the trade. Ready to be up and down with Zontic. Block the young Orbo. Has to go huge. Спотина, Ваня. Первая карта. Почему за атаку так тяжело было?
Я тебе все расскажу, блядь. Рафинированная курица.
Поэтому?
Да. На кейф, но вас не повезло. Там не будет двоих, просто повезло. Три постреляли, а тебе и ворота.
Когда мы играем, пожалуйста, коммуницируйте между собой нормально. У вас должно быть предложение, ответ. Ты немного молчишь в своей точке. Кто-то поверх накидывает, Лёнь конкретизирует конкретно свои колосы, кто-то другой предлагает шоп, утверждай сразу.
Сыграли хэншот, переходим на нюк. Владос на замене еще. Хлопите. Hello. Scary angle for him to Roy Minute.
Конкретизирует конкретно свои колосы. Поэтому?
Три постреляли, а тебе и ворота.
Когда мы играем, пожалуйста, коммуницируйте между собой нормально. У вас должно быть предложение, ответ. Ты много молчишь в своей точке. Кто-то поверх накидывает, Лёнь конкретизирует конкретно свои колосы, кто-то другой предлагает шоп, утверждай сразу.
Сыграли хэншот, переходим на нюк. Владос на замене еще. Хлопите. Hello.
This phase on how quick is
Scary angle for him to Roy Minute as far as he possibly can stay, but he isn't coming. It's not there, but he's also got an AK for good measure.
Gone, easy, ready for
Tapping them off. Yes, single the door. Player on the bomb. Get it broken. Get it off it. And make it pretty rather. Brooks. Go ahead.
Zontic will need. Oh, that's so smashed here in the back lines as well. He's going to get off, but he does it.
Chopper's spotted first. Now maybe gets a bit skipping. It was enough of a distraction. And Shiro has found his. It's all on that ramp. Here's his utility above him. Lost his mission. That could make all the difference. He goes back in. He doesn't know where he is. Double doors open to him. Вот тебе точно спасибо. Расскажи мне, как не прошел. Тяжело было, легко.
Мы резко делаем, короче, Леня спускается с крыши, я его въебал, и просто спал. Я потом такой, блядь, я такой понял. Блядь, прости, пожалуйста.
Ладно, это нормально. Наш первый, блядь, реально, вот ты месяц не играешь официалки, потом у тебя новый состав, ты заходишь, и это просто пиздец. Как бы, знаешь, тяжело, блядь,
прости, пожалуйста.
Ладно, это нормально.
Нормально.
Мы резко делаем, короче, Леня спускается с крыши, я его въебал, и просто спал. Я потом такой, блядь, я такой понял. Блядь, прости, пожалуйста.
Ладно, это нормально.
Нормально.
Наш первый, блядь, пиздец, реально, вот ты месяц не играешь официалки, потом у тебя новый состав, ты заходишь, и это просто пиздец. Как бы, знаешь, тяжело, блядь.
Тяжело? Дима, ты почти всю игру в 3 дошел.
Нет, там мой янгстар, мой братанчик, он просто мне говорит, ребят, давайте на эко просто на Дима Шира выйдем, и все.
А ты просто фармил.
Я 100%, я прям уверен, что он говорит, пойдемте нам просто выйдем.
Первая победа в Кёльне в 25-м году. Здорово, очень важная победа для нас. Очень важная, да, победа для Вани.
Ваня, тебе важно было?
Нет. Ваня.
Пиздит, против Нира принципиального.
В общем, хороший старт. Сейчас поедем, наверное, обратно, поговорим, посидим и будем ждать конца сегодняшнего дня игрового, чтобы узнать нашего нового соперника. Если вам было интересно, чем занимаются парни после разбора, как они проводят свое свободное время вечером, я вам сейчас покажу.
$1,5 миллиона стоит.
Это твой калаш?
Да.
Тоже фейс катаешь? Тоже фейс катаешь?
Да.
Вот Ванек тоже фейс катает. Димка делает работу. Что он делает, непонятно, потому что экран замазан, к сожалению, не видно. А Владик занят своей работой.
Он просто хуйня на аксе его не убить, но я зато 2, а у меня глаз дура ебаная.
Что это такое, блядь?
Пацаны. Это для ценителей, блядь. Ты ничего не понимаешь.
Владос катает кастом кулдоте. Так вечера и проходят. На самом деле, до талого сидят, парни либо гриндят фасик, либо работают, повторяют гранатки, бегают раунды, а потом идут спать. Поэтому на сегодня все. Завтра утром просыпаемся, идем опять на работу, на завод, на смену, в практис. Готовимся, игра у нас завтра вторая, в 16:00 мы начинаем по местному. Будем хреначиться за плей-офф. Надеюсь, мы завтра в него пройдем. что, начался у нас новый игровой день. Сегодня мы играем против Авроры, который замена. Сантарес не смог приехать на турнир, и на его место поставили Эксплауда. Пацаны с утра поготовились, повторяли гранатки, побегали раунды. Сейчас чуть-чуть отдыхают, потом будет прак. Пока прака нет. У меня вопрос. Да. Вот статистически, если посмотреть статистику за последние 3 месяца, Аврора нам по цифрам проигрывает. Мы сильнее. В чем их сила? Пикадия жесткий. Сантареса нету, брат.
Он тоже жесткий.
Как ты думаешь? Да. В чем сильные стороны Авроры?
Ты видел, как бум кикнули Акселя и Галя Деледа?
Да, кстати, вы что об этом думаете? Хотел сказать, что Артфрост теперь будет с ББ играть. Это они его подписали, да? Тоже? Да. И это второй чувак.
Да. Деледес.
Они разъебут усиление? Да. Но Тёмыч усиление 100%. Я в этом уверен.
Они будут только с миром.
Бэдбум.
Да, они выиграют все чемпионаты.
А ты вот это говоришь, основываясь на чем?
Потому что Деледа слишком жесткий.
В чем его жесткость?
Ну ебать всех с первого поля, что, блядь.
Зацените, кстати, Данину футболку. Это ослик. И это ослик. Все, мы собираемся, поедем сейчас уже на студию. Очень хочется, чтобы мы сегодня победили. Все хотят на арену.
Ладно, сейчас арену выйти для своих первый раз.
Нам знаешь, почему надо на арену выйти? Железно, прям железно.
Своих дебют.
Это тоже важно.
Константин приезжает.
Надо Косте купить хендвормеры, а они только на арене будут.
Мераба.
Ну пойдем, мы вызвали кому-то и пойдем. Ну просто в отеле, не знаю, это база почему-то такая. Я слышу, что только в Америке быстрые лифты, а здесь они ужасно медленно едут. Мы можем по 5 минут стоять, ждать там вообще, пока он доедет, и проще спускаться по лестнице. Данек что-то задумался, и мы пошли на лифт. Ой, там дождь, бля.
Ой, дождик, да, будет. А как говорится, я лучший игрок во время дождя.
Да? Да. Пруфы какие?
Вас баунти.
Сколько ты настрелял? Какой у тебя рейтинг был?
На 22.
Нихуя себе, ладно, верим. Все.
Ну, в любом случае, тренинг а уверен, нам нет нашей игры. Потом ее раскатать.
А ты черкаешь уже?
Я?
Да.
Нет.
А, это предположение?
Это пикаю карты по памяти.
Я больше 2 на 2 не играю в команде, потому что у меня нет мотивации. Через некоторых людей. Потому что это волок не вставляет, и смысл стараться.
Бля, слава богу, что волок не вставляет.
Даня там капец в тильте был.
Больше 2
да.
Нет.
А, это предположение?
Это пикаю карты по памяти.
Я больше 2 на 2 не играю в команде, потому что у меня нет мотивации. Через некоторых людей. Волок не вставляет, и смысл стараться.
Бля, слава богу, что волок не вставляет.
Даня там капец в тильте был.
12 стримы с Ленькой пощупали. Леньку.
Да, надо было просто Серегу раскрыть нормально, блядь. Если вот один на один стесняется, то Ваню, конечно.
Так я, блядь, этот...
Без следующего выиграл, малых убил просто, и все. Там Серега в руки взялся, говорит, сейчас я открою.
Я помню, я в последнем раунде мы рампу ходим, мне вниз надо сорваться, мы срываемся вниз. Я по тебе ставлю бомбу, слышу булочки с кировок, по стрелкам прям потоп, ты чувствуешь, что это маленький оселенок. Я чувствую, сейчас он дверь откроет, и его прихлопнут, как таракана просто. Мусавика, бама, слышу. Срываемся вниз. 12 стримы с Ленькой пощупали. Леньку.
Да, надо было просто Серегу раскрыть нормально, блядь. Если вот один на один стесняется, то Ваню, конечно.
Так я, блядь, этот...
Без следующего выиграл, малых убил просто, и все. Там Серега в руки взялся, говорит, сейчас я открою.
Я помню, я в последнем раунде мы рампу ходим, мне вниз надо сорваться, мы срываемся вниз. Я по тебе ставлю бомбу, слышу булочки с кировок, по стрелкам прям потоп, ты чувствуешь, что это маленький оселенок. Я чувствую, сейчас он дверь откроет, и его прихлопнут, как таракана просто. Мусавика, бама, слышу. Авик, ну понятно. Он сразу, у него реакция еще такая. А что, Мусавик ему говорит? Ну окей, музыку выключаю.
Че, рассказывай давай что-нибудь.
Пойдемте, покажу вам палладиум. Вообще, в Кёльне это используется место как клубешник. Здесь чуваки приходят тусить по жесткой берлинской технике. Здесь нас встречает став. Сейчас, в данный момент, мы видим, что Леонид приглашает Ивана на дуэль. Не простую, а дуэль
на жизнь.
Сейчас Ваня будет сражаться с великим пинг-понг-спортсменом Леонидом Чопером. Кто победит в этой дуэли сейчас?
В правом углу ринга Чопер. В левом углу ринга Малыш Стрейх, пошла раскайловка. За их цены SF мид 1x1. Тупо в обе играют. Так, раскайловка. Оп. Ставлю на вот эту.
Так он выиграл, у меня уже 8-0.
Да не важно.
Видишь как? Там прагматичная подкрутка перейдет. Да. 9-1.
9-1 в пользу Лёни? Ваня.
Это новый чемпион.
Я расскажу. Нас спикали? Нюк, даст и...
Даст нюк, короче.
Даст нюк не раз. Я хуею. Сюда.
А что ты доволен так?
Я не скажу.
Полтинник выиграл? Да. Только из-за этого? Ну да. На пол удивил?
Нет. Я думал между Дастом и Верпасом, что они пикнули от себя. Но со смены игрока Даст нам может проверить, как надо будет работать. Поэтому интересно будет, сколько делать. Они в целом любители в лоб пикать, если это не надо.
Не, просто когда Мопета было, мне показалось, что очень сильно был удивлен.
Ну, я больше верил в Верпас, так же, как вся команда. Мы готовили Верпас, но
у нас по Дасту хорошая статистика, что у них?
Хороший трек. Они в последнее время ее второй банили, но при этом самый высокий рейтинг. Пусть оно без всегда подаст. Им комфортно нам играть, потому что у них в защите есть 2 АВП. Да, и Клауд для него роль, насколько я понимаю, привычная. В ротации играть, да. Центр заменяет, у них парням все стакает.
У Вани деденсайнился монитор.
О, нихуя.
Технологии.
А что за хуйня? У него колор Вибранс 0, блядь. Он так играет?
Опечатка.
Может, это фишка типа там его? Да, Йога, ты в курсе, что у тебя мы пост выпустили, где у тебя цвета 0, у тебя черно-белый экран, судя по этому тексту?
Что в Америке с компом?
Я не понимаю, только ты ПВшь картинка рвется.
Ну. Только что то же самое было, да?
Серег, ну все, дальше, да, следующий сбор будет в отеле.
Вчера мы первые шажочки сделали, да, как говорил, нам нужно набирать от игры к игре. Когда ты проигрываешь, ты начинаешь искать причины этого поражения. Это приводит к ненужным мыслям. Поэтому нужно сфокусироваться на том, чтобы выиграть сегодня матч. Нам не нужно думать о том, что мы где-то что-то сделали не так. Нам нужно быть всегда в моменте против. Поэтому давайте собранно зайдем и пойдем мало готовиться. Не позволяйте лишней дуэли, не надо давать шанс. Играйте в надежный КС. Тим!
He's nailed the timing at the moment. Matter in charge of defending CT spawn. And they are. 7 seconds, 6. Shiro on the run forward again. I mean, it was exactly 4 seconds. Not even gonna flash, I think. Just hands up into it. Gets packed up. Now the back to fruition. For the slide of spear out of dunk. He's out. Chopper now. Here at car. Bomb. But it's gonna be a little late here. Matter, does he have the super peak?
Как же он грина кидает.
It's a ninja defuse. Wide none on the cold. Flying for needs to stop him. Needs to burst. 47 is the for this reason. Has this one wrapped up. Yeah, sees easy burst.
Да, 2 какая-нибудь классика.
Дон злодей. Теперь он сарка злодея,
почему?
Да? Ну не знаю, ты что-то ворчишь, ходишь, какой-то всех
А у меня браслет зацепился за...
Как ты жестко, бля, Серега дает, видать, кол у вас, фризи тайм, он тебе сказал залезть на это...
Нет, это я сам.
А что Серега заколол, когда если секрет?
Ждать, типа, Б-раунд, либо длину.
Как ты минус 4, бах.
Ну, я понимаю, что, типа, да, они, скорее всего, типа, надо, короче, фигать от Б-раунда. У меня калаш. Обычно сетап, что Мирослав, типа, в тачке, а я в пойнте прыгаю с хаешкой. Я понимаю, что надо сейчас спринтер завстать, но позиция, говорит, на ящик называется. И дать им брось. Вот сишкой, блядь, пришел.
Я со смены пришел только что, отпахал там, блядь, 5 раз отработал. Ну, пиздец.
Мирик, расскажи про твой клатч на пункте.
Он первый раз раунд, расскажет, что он лоу, я дал хаял номер, 1-1 остался, что прошлого меня чека у него нет, по позиции гендер фузик, гендер посмотрел лицом, если он пикнул, я его убил, потом, когда я дал дым, он пикнул бомбу, он меня не увидел, я пошел на зиге, я просто сел.
На верочку.
Я был вообще уверен, что он просто не убьет, и все, я выиграл.
Ну так вот. Ну, Мирик, это Мирослав Зонтикс. Следующая карта у нас Нюк, это наш пик. Посмотрим, как пойдет игра. Вчера она была достаточно уверенной. Смотрим, что будет сегодня. Hello Kitty.
Hello Kitty.
Oh, good lineup. Shots not connecting here. It's going to be another pop here. Another pop with players reloading. It's just Matter here who really needs to deliver only the one. Akagi up top hut that will make this so darn different. Red right now. He wants to go on the timing. Yeah, while on the boost, Chopper. I don't think he is too. He keeps it up, has been quiet. It needs to wake up. Well, Donk's here on the hold, of course. 36 HP back to the silo. Still on it. Outside of his trying to over an AK to Donk. He's got it. That's why I'm meant to be. Walks it. Now he threw the border build, but not the second. Shiro heavy right now. They got to deny. And Shiro looking for no scope. Spinning right now. Donk in a precarious position. Turns the flash. Still though, Donk running forward, wanting to claim it. And now fast out Slang says, right, Donk knows it. Donk one hills. This is insane.
Ванечек, включился, когда надо, блядь.
Вот и арена для Ванька, блядь.
Ванек, твоя первая арена, 100% арена, ёпта.
Иди нас нахуй. Ванчис арена, нахуй. Проклятие снято, блядь.
Вот он снял проклятие Кёльна, блядь. Наш богатырь.
152 ДР, ебать, это самая, наверное, лучшая игра на
152?
Да.
Что следующая играем, пикай? Ну, оверпас. У меня вопрос, очень важный. Что такое Астралис?
Я не понимаю, что такое Астралис. Я сам охуел, бля. Мне Диман говорит, я ставлю Астралис, я в ахуе вообще не понимаю.
Ну это пропен было, типа, куда он
это токсик, блядь.
Токсик?
Да. Дима, еще мы в клатче 2 в 1 остаемся цвейхом. У нас просто инфа написано, что это токсик, ну типа везде у всех в СНГ. Дима говорит, бомба Астралис. Я сразу говорю, бомба токсик, бомба токсик. Что точно не было никого недопонимания. Там просто недопонимание. Нет, там просто какие-то поверхности добавили. А что-то еще поменяли? Что-то зелень поменяли, какую-то на Б что-то поменяли. Блять, умный не заходит в КС.
Что, тебе не заходит?
Военный апдейт, поиграть в КС.
Хотел снять реакцию на обнову, зайти почекать. Но обнова такая крутая, что она не запускается на компах ESL. Зашла?
Ну и меня нерфят нахуй, мне не дают в КС поиграть, потому что я суки вылетел. Вот умники нахуй, решили турнир сорвать, потому что я суки вылетел. Вот умники нахуй. Вот, что это за стендов?
Бля, ты бы видел эту пиздец, Мирик, иди сюда.
Стендов.
Ярослав, это пиздец, смотри, что с игрой делает, посмотри.
О, ящики добавили.
Смотри.
А что поменялось-то?
Ну вот ящик добавили.
Что добавили? Вот ящик добавили, во-первых, это не ключик может теперь. Потом, вот эту хуйню посмотри анимацию, это что, блядь? Это стендов,
нахуй.
Что это такое? Ну, кстати, анимация похожая, по-моему, в Сурсе была с ботом такая.
Да.
А потом будут продавать кейсы с анимацией.
Бля, если такая будет, я...
А что со стрельбой?
Я люблю такие обновления.
Какие? Это когда внешне что-то меняется?
Нет, когда на мета влияет. Ну, очевидно, если они что-то меняют с игрой, то что-то меняется и совсем. Крючком ты как ты стреляешь, двигаешься.
Ну, а ВП это просто пиздец. У него еще вейпода не дефолтный. О, у меня, кажется, зашло. У меня зашло. Ебать, что у меня с бабочкой? Это пиздец.
Мне нравится.
Как я играю на старом?
Первое мнение всегда такое.
Ну, а вот с бабочкой у меня все в порядке вообще?
Нет, ну вот это, да. Что ты говоришь? Справа типа. Угол.
Короче, та же самая карта, просто 5 ящиков добавил. Хуйня полная. А так все АВП. Нет, что за хуйня? Я какую-то мобилку играю.
Ну, вообще анимация интересная. Потикал прикольно, потикал не Че, мы на арену прошли, Дима?
Да, мы пришли на арену.
Ярослав, он рад, мы сейчас шли с ним, болтали, он такой, блин, клево, блин, там выходишь между людей, что-то.
Короче, да, ну на арену мы пришли охуенная, типа арена. Пацаны не играли, я играл, один раз помню.
Помню,
да, типа в знаменитом составе. Вот, мы вышли сразу на арену тогда, и я тогда тоже первый раз участвовал в Кёльне именно в плей-оффе, потому что у меня тоже был неудачный плей-офф во всех командах, сам Кёльн. А потом мы вышли на арену, я охуел, она очень охуенная, красивая, нереальный вайб. Там ты выходишь и идешь мимо толпы, как на бласте, если зрители вы видели смотрели мажор, только там дорога, как мне кажется, по моему воспоминанию, что она длиннее и больше, тем самым ты больше коммуницируешь с людьми. Но я, конечно, этого делать не буду, потому что я фокус на игре и на игру, но...
То есть вот так вот, типа, проходить по тебе, как...
Нет, я не пародирую никого, я сам по себе, я никого не смотрю. Короче, охуенно, мы посмотрим, как пацаны вообще. Ну, тогда было охуенное выступление, я помню, открытие, потому что, как я понял, тогда это был последний Кёльн, типа, прощались с КСом, и, ну, с CS GO, вроде бы, и что-то на фоне этого делали какие-то со всех времен, типа, видосы. Я смотрел, у меня мурашки похожи, я еще эмоциональный человек, типа, я вообще в шоке, я думаю, ебать, круто, я тут, я здесь, вышел на арену, а мы тогда еще долго не уходили, типа, на арену. Вот, и потом, получается, там еще была живая музыка, оркестр, вообще офигенное открытие, офигенная толпа, типа, была, ну, я не знаю, за кого там болели, конечно, за нас, но мать своей, типа, было.
Ну, ты рад, ты счастлив?
Да, я очень счастлив.
Он скрывает, он показывает не столько от эмоций, он счастлив вот столько.
Что радоваться? Ну, радоваться буду, когда турнир играем.
Правильно, у нас вообще так завтра еще ждет матч с Маус за полуфинал. Ну, плей-офф секьюр, как говорится, но все равно полуфинал пройти хочется.
Хочется, 100% хочется, и не только. Я думаю, что Виталий все равно выиграет футбол, получается, они придут в топ-4, не хочется, типа, все равно встречаться с Виталием в полуфинале, хочется больше в финале. Если ты выходишь в финал, это будет жестко, это будет тяжело, но в любом случае, у нас новая команда сейчас, получается, Ваня пришел, он адаптируется только в наш состав, поэтому для нас это будет только положительный момент. У нас больше будет работы, мы больше будем разбирать, но вот так все будет, все заново, что ли.
Ладно, как группа прошла? У нас
легкая группа была, первый героик, по команде. Челы заняли последнее место, получается. Короче, проиграли не пама, не получается, вылезли с последнее место. То есть у нас команда, которая заняла последнее место в турнире, и второй момент Аврора, который занял. Ну, давайте будем честны и откровенны, это не самые сильные соперники, и даже они нам внесли проблемы. Это что значит, что состав у нас только развивается, и нужно больше смотреть и фиксить ошибки, что мы будем делать. Ну, в принципе, это база, все будут говорить, что мы фиксим ошибки, потому что каждый день новые ошибки. То есть, если смотреть в целом на игру, то это всегда череда ошибок, которые нужно минимизировать, и мы этим и заниматься и будем, в принципе.
Ну, ты в целом доволен?
Не, я, конечно, доволен, что мы вышли в плей-офф, потому что, как минимум, для Ванька это что-то новое, и это будет круто, для него большая мотивация. Я более чем уверен, что ему очень сильно понравится это все в этот момент.
С точки зрения игры можно было бы и лучше.
Ну, конечно, если бы мы закрыли 13-2, я бы сказал, бля, да, круто. Но, опять же, в тот же момент, ты на моторе как бы выходишь из группы, я думаю, блядь, мы в форме, а просто там ни с кем не попракаться,
ну, да,
типа, моя индивидуалка просела, мейнсет какой-то странный, лично у меня там был, типа, и получается, вот такая меня просто. Хотя я потом пересматривал игру и вижу, что, да, они крутые, да, они хорошо играют, но и мы тоже неплохо играем, типа, мы могли выиграть, мне там не хватило этого.
Чуваки, спасибо большое, что смотрели. Мы вас очень сильно любим.
Let's go! Сидим, пердим, валить. Пу-пу-пу-пу-пу-пу. Сидим, пордим, пордим, пордим. Сидим, пордим, пордим, пордим. Сидим. Сидим, пордим, пордим, дым, дым, дым. Сидим, пордим, дым, дым, дым.
The next movie is going to be even higher.
You didn't really even get the chance to make playoffs to go to champs. So how does this feel?
I mean, it feels amazing, you know. But I was I mean, you can.
Это Блазбло? Ну или прикольно. Я могу факт показывать. Вот это все, это база. Опа. Эй. Так заплатишь на это, за это, наверное, просто огромные бабки. Типа, если ты их закрутишь, типа, крутанешь немножко. Яички. Крутани яички. Опять в говне. Вау, почему? Ты отлагаешь? Ты отлагаешь. Окей. Да. Ты движется к релизу команда создателя выбрал такой сеттинг. Окей, let's go. Начинаем запись. Стрим в говне. Иногда нет, иногда да. Позырим. Вот это иногда нормально, а иногда нет. Пошли сосать. Не, в говне. Стрим в говне. Ну, хотя бы посмотрел этот турнир. Не знаю, посмотрим. Не, все, получку. Пускай. Или нет. Ладно, после катки останавливаю запись. Ой, стрим. Классно! Глушат, блядь! Инет, классно! Просто глушит инет, что я могу сделать? Ничего не могу. Хотя смотрел, более-менее был. Смотреть трансу я не могу. Потому что у меня запись сразу вырубится. Ай, бля. Долго они будут еще нахуй? Уже 3-й или 4-й день они просто хуярят мне инет. Спасибо. Ничего сделать не могу. Опа. Ну вы анлаки вышли, конечно. Не очень. Не знаю, что это. Это мы сразу... Да? Мы сразу... Все, что связано с ДБД, сразу в помойку летит. Это выглядит интересно, кстати. Техноплазм тоже скоро выйдет. Не знаю, Virus and Whiskers. Я ничего не могу сделать. Потом выключу стрим, да и все. Через кадр. Более делать мне нечего. Боже мой. Опа, ты сюда. Я не знаю, что такое. Можешь поиграть.
Oh, fuck.
Sage!
Yes.
Sage! Him?
Yes.
He's 1 HP, bro.
They...
Oh, fuck this.
Sage, hold on.
French pinch yet, I think.
Variable removed.
Door.
Sage, hold on, hold on, hold on.
Placing sentry.
To heaven.
Jets grounded.
Jojo low.
Nice.
У меня более быстрый сенс. А? Чё? Чё я вчера делал? У меня более быстрый сенс. Я, видимо, сенсу выше сделал. Подожди, я на единичку. Похуй, бебера.
Placing sentry.
Headlock, neon, clear corner.
Yeah, my bad, my bad.
My double's dead. Alarm bot out. Bot coming back.
Okay.
Good.
I got it.
I don't have heal.
Recalling my bot.
What? Yeah.
Reloading. Here. Turret out. Enemy spotted. We crushed them.
Yeah, sorry guys for not clearing.
I'm out of here.
I didn't see. He TP'd. I swear. Chicky cha boop boop. Chicky cha boop boop.
Turret out.
Guys, why we go B?
I don't know.
Dropping smoke.
That looks great. Oh, why I have each your one top? Bro.
Bro, I'm cooked. I'm one shot pro. I am so cooked, I swear.
Shortcut.
Okay, let's win. Easy game.
No, he's left side. 100 omen. He's one shot. Nice.
Stay here, stay
He
here.
and Barkat.
Don't pick. Jets, don't pick. Killjoy is...
One shot, reach.
Flange.
Nice!
Message. This guy's a hurt. Gotta go. Placing alarm bot.
Bradon.
Our spike carrier is dead.
Fuck!
Recalling my bot.
Привет.
Got one.
I try to kill someone. You have money, you have money.
Bro, you have money, just go die!
One is behind you, one is behind you, one is behind you.
Oh, nice shot.
Who's that?
Nice try, nice try.
My ult is ready. Need a drop. Gotta go. I'm out of here.
Oh,
Go, go, go.
ask to kill Joy.
Salamat, thanks. Gotta go. Reloading. Sentry. I'm out of here. I got dropped. Shocking. I got this. Initiated. Ball racing. Alarm gun. He's good attack. I ultimately. Turn down.
Behind one.
Reloading. Lights down. Reloading. Placing swarm grenade. Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade. Reloading. Enemy spotted. Back like I never left.
Sorry, tense. Yeah, if.
Need a drop. Someone get this.
Someone can buy me, please. Thank you.
Go, go, go! I'm out of here. Out. Reloading.
А, да? Ты целишься вообще?
One backside, two backside, three backside.
Fuck. Let's forget them, man.
Do you have smoke, love?
Res mid.
Mid. контролит.
Go, go, go! Placing sentry. Gotta go. Reloading. Reloading. I'm out of here. Placing swarm grenade. My ult's ready. Swarm grenade smoked. Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out. I got the spike.
Reach here.
Reloading. Multiple enemies A. Healing you.
Someone is here.
Alarm bot out. Reloading.
They go.
Bro, why you spray?
Bro, suck my dick, bro. Let's rotate, let's rotate. Shut up. Fake rotate, I'm gonna fake rotate.
Reloading. Bot coming back.
Bro, maybe arrest me.
Say more fast.
Spikes down. Alarm bot out. Enemy spotted. Killed my bot.
Вы заебали, вы просто один ходит, один топает. Я просто сделал столько звуков. Вроде один спрыгнул. Я же сказал двое. Ладно, ночь.
Maybe play mid. Smoke here. Done. I'm gonna cross the smoke.
One short.
It's here.
Placing swarm grenade. Placing swarm grenade. I got spike.
No,
yes.
Shit, loss is loss. I missed. Yeah, I know.
Placing alarm bot. Spike drop. Go, go, go. I got the spike. Turret out. Spikes down. Found them. Alarm bot down. Oh.
Одну голову сразу. Ой-ой-ой.
Gotta go.
Play slow and B. Play slow, play slow.
Get out of my way. My ult is ready. Enemy spotted mid.
On side red.
Feed us in. Placing swarm grenade. Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out.
Bro,
swarm grenade.
Rest me.
Back like I never left. Our spike carrier is dead.
Can you please stop talking?
On garden.
That's done. My ultimate is ready. Placing alarm bot. Turret out.
Let's go.
Да. 1 HP.
Need a drop. I'm out of here. Salamat, thanks.
Request I selling.
Can I get this? Placing sentry. Need a drop. Out. I'm out of here. Here we go. Work good. Dropping smoke. Initiated. Placing swarm grenade. Barrier grenade. Swarm grenade. Placing swarm grenade. Area. Swarm grenade out. Finished.
City Phoenix. Both city buff.
You were a boulder. Need a drop. Go, go, go! Gotta go! Alarm bot out.
Enemy spotted A.
Three. Phoenix is breach on my ping.
Swarm grenade. Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out.
Ты там? Кончен. Был бы смог, я бы просто степнулся. Ну, точнее, был бы он.
Yeah, sucks.
НТ.
Need a drop. I have extra money if anyone needs.
Guys, I'm selling so hard, bro, I swear.
Turret out.
Enemy spotted mid.
You should run. Our spike carrier is dead.
Stay down. Someone's in defender spawn.
Kill chase on B. Let's kill him fast. 2 on jet.
Placing swarm grenade.
Swarm
grenade out. Placing swarm grenade. Placing alarm bomb. Swarm grenade out. Here.
One market, one market.
Yes, man.
Two market.
Play, bro.
You tried.
Beautiful.
Someone get this. Placing sentry.
Yo guys, hello?
Yeah.
The Lendo stuff sent their regards.
Placing swarm grenade. Placing swarm grenade.
Ben, I think.
Enemy spotted A. Yes, stand down. Your attack spike spotted A.
Well played.
Gotta go. Can someone get this?
You wanna push B?
Kill chase. Don't put your setup here. Put maybe here or.
No, calm is still and we push.
Placing alarm bot. Go, go, go.
Shocking.
Recalling my bot.
Oh, he's maybe D.
It's me, it's me.
Enemy spotted mid.
Placing swarm grenade.
Shot something.
I'm out of here. Go, go, go.
We push, we push, we push.
No, no, don't.
Gotta go. Alarm bot out.
Yeah, yeah, push,
I'm
push,
outta
push,
here.
push.
No, we do the same.
I can slow if you.
Gotta go. Turret out. Go, go, go. Need a drop. I'm out of here. Shock. Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out. That's you, pal. Wall raised. Unavoidable.
Do not fight us. Need a drop. Salamat, guys.
Placing sentry.
Let's stuck on A.
Placing swarm grenade.
Need a drop. Salamat, thanks.
Alarm bot out.
Mid, I think. One by main.
Bomb grenade out.
Train harder. Got one. Enemy spotted A.
One was by main.
Bomb grenade out.
Bye. Oh, sorry.
Nice drop.
My ult is ready. Need a drop. I'm out of here. Need a drop. Need a drop. Placing sentry. Salamat, thanks. Placing alarm bot.
Here we go.
Bot coming back.
Skedaddle off for you. Spike.
Back like I never.
А, да, ты тэпаешься.
I know, I'm gonna raise him, yeah, I know.
Eliminated. This is what I trained for.
А, я его выключу.